Good morning, friends. How are we all doing today? I hope you're all well and having a great start to your Wednesday. It's great to be back here streaming. We've got a little bit something different today. Obviously, we were doing Soul Silver. Hardcore Nuzlocke. How could I forget for the Dratini? No luck just yet on that one. We will come back to that at some point, but we do have some new events to celebrate Golden Week in Japan. They're doing the shiny Gimmighoul Tera Raids. I don't know if we can call them shiny, but we can get a shiny. That's what we're going for today. Only 5-star raids, and obviously the mass outbreak events that are happening as well. So first things first, we need to update our raid dens, get rid of that salamence that we've currently got, sadly, but we have picked it up. So and then hopefully, yeah, it's going to be a long one. It's going to be a long one for sure. This hunt, there's no guarantees. It's a hard one for sure. But I've got to try and go for it. My aim is to try and get one and then host it for you guys that don't have it. That would be the dream. If we can get it early, it means they've got more time to kind of get it and do things like that. So I love my new jacket. How are you doing, Sedenchik? I hope you're well. Mighty, Matt, Alex, Miguel, Chimpy, Sky, how are we doing? Gentle Brian, great to see you. Veda, Luke, and Lars. Wadey, how are you doing this morning, mate? I hope you're well. Great British video gamer, how are we doing today? Hope you're well, and thanks to everyone for joining the stream today. It's going to be a good one. So I guess first of all, we need to check our map and see where our first target is. Okay, I guess we just go around in a circle. So if we make sure that we remember that we started here, and then we just check as we go, all the 5-star ones. I don't feel like there's a better way than doing it. I can't believe I committed to this. I can believe it, but it's just one of those. It's going to be a grind. But if we find it, it will be so worth it. And it is possible. Loads of people have got them already, so could you imagine if we did the first one? 3-star. There we go. I still have it from the last event. Still not got one. Wow. Yeah, it doesn't give me much hope that we're going to be able to get it. But got to go into it feeling confident and try our best to see if we can get it. We'll see how it goes today, though. Got it 30 minutes before the stream started. What, Lars? No, don't say you got the the shiny already. That's amazing, mate. If you have got it, that is incredible. That is absolutely amazing. And if you have, mate, congrats. That's blowing my mind. I'm a bit lost for words. I'm like, yeah. The event has not been live for long and you've already got it. That's insane. The one thing that they could have done to make this event a little bit more bearable, I feel like, would be have made the 5-star raids just a bit easier to identify. I think that's the pain of it. James, good morning. How you doing? Rough start for my family this morning. Daughter woke up sick. Oh, mate, I'm sorry to hear that. I hope she has a very speedy recovery, gets lots of rest, and then gets better very soon, mate. I hope it's not too bad, but sending my best to you all, my friend, and I hope the day isn't too rough. I know it's not the easiest. You got a little one sick. Where's our first 5-star raid? Come on, give us the gold. I opted against doing the Dratini hunts while doing this. I just think with running around the map, I'm not going to be able to multitask as easy as I would have liked to. So Mr. Holbrookie, good morning, mate. How are you doing? Best of luck for the shiny. Thank you, mate. I'm gonna definitely need it for this one. I feel like this is I've always talked about wanting a hard Scarlet and Violet shiny hunt. Well, this is definitely it. Checked yesterday and I'm currently on 862 out of 1,324 total different Pokemon in my shiny living decks. That's incredible, mate. And Premier Brawl with roughly 63% done. Mate, over halfway. That is awesome. That is absolutely amazing. Come on, Lee. Only 43 to go. Well, no, 47% to go. So not too many. Mighty, I got shiny Gimmighoul a while ago, but I still don't have 999 coins. It doesn't take that long to actually get the coins. If you know the locations of the Gimmighoul around Paldea, you can get them pretty quickly. And there's the guy in... Oh man, we've got 0 5-stars so far. What is going on? We'll see. But yeah, it doesn't take too long. It's a little bit grindy, but it's not too bad. Shiny number 3, no way. It's going well this hunt. Shiny number 3. Is that the mass outbreaks? Guys, if there's like people cutting grass and stuff, there we go. We got our first one. Okay, so before we go into it, I'm just going to drop a save. It saves us running from the raid and then coming back and doing that before, if it is shiny. I don't expect it will be, but we'll check our first one of the stream. Exciting. Number 1. There we go. Did they boost the shiny odds for Gimmighoul? No, Luke. They left it standard. And the raid, the odds for the raid, it's easy to explain when we're chatting backwards and forwards rather than in a video. But I said they were base odds, but raid shinies are slightly worse. It's like 1 in 4,103 rather than the 1,496. So slightly worse. Right, we're gonna have to zoom in a lot. I don't think this is shiny. I think the way to tell is always like the buckle, you know. Nils, thank you so much for the sub. And if you join the stream, I hope you enjoy it with us today. Yeah, I think the big thing is it's so difficult to tell, but it should be white. My tip is always the buckle. If the Gimmighoul is actually lighter than the buckle on the chest, then you've got the shiny. So this one is not. New shiny for number 1. Surprise, surprise. I was kind of hopeful, but you know, I don't think it was gonna happen. Caleb, good morning. How you doing, mate? I'm finally up early enough since I had to be at the airport for San Diego this morning. Oh, exciting, mate. That is. I hope you have a safe flight and everything goes nice and smooth for you, mate. Is that for like a leisure trip or a business trip? If you don't mind me asking, you don't need to answer. But yes, if there's sound bleed over from people cutting their grass and lawn mowing and stuff like that, where we live, the maintenance people are out today. So if that's bleeding over, let me know, and I will close my window. I don't want that kind of affecting the sound quality today. It shouldn't do, but oh, another 5-star. Okay, that's good. Dropping so many saves. I probably don't need to drop a save every time I do this. I could just go into it and then we can run if we get the shiny. Adelberry, how are we doing today? I'm out of the loop. Can you run down the event? So the event that's running from the 30th of April today, as of today, until the 8th of May next Thursday. And that's when you got like a week to take advantage of this. Be the Tera Raids for 1 to 5-star chest form Gimmighouls. 5-star have got a chance to be shiny, but they're base shiny rates. Shiny Charm doesn't help you with them. And they are set to the standard shiny rates of a Tera Raid Den 1 in 4,103. Slightly worse than what you would get from a I think this is just not shiny either, so we can go away from this one. And then we've got 3 mass outbreak events, so you can shiny hunt the Gimmighoul, but you're only looking at 5-star raids for the shiny to potentially appear. The odds are ridiculous. There's no way to tell on your map which dens are 5-star raids and not without just going around and basically checking as you head around the map, which is if you got a den right there, it's like the worst place. There's a couple of places on the map where I just don't like heading out to, and you guarantee this one's going to be a 3-star. So yeah, it's a very hard hunt. On top of that, the Gimmighoul is extremely difficult to spot because it's such a subtle shiny. So yeah, it's a really difficult one, but it's the only way legitimately to get a shiny Gimmighoul in your game in Scarlet and Violet still. So it's kind of special for that. The mass outbreak events, you've got Wiglet mass outbreaks in Paldea, you got Growlithe in Kitakami, and then you've got Swablu in the Blueberry Academy. All have boosted shiny chances. So it's a really nice event for those, all yellow themed for Golden Week in Japan. Again, the mass outbreaks are running for the same amount of time as the Tera Raid event. What have we got here? Great. Luke, good morning. How are you doing, mate? Lars, I agree. I used my TV and then zoomed in. That's, yeah, I get a TV would definitely be better. My monitors aren't terrible size, but I feel like having a bigger screen would make it a lot easier. Come on, be another 5-star. We've had very few yet. all this way. I told you, all this way for a 3-star raid. Check that one. Okay, we've got a couple around here. These are pretty good positionally for us. Shiny Hunter, how are you doing today? I hope you're well. Does it have to be 5-star for it to have a better chance? It has to be 5-star to have any chance to be shiny. Anything below 5-star will not. They're all shiny locked. So like the ones from 1-star to 4-star are all shiny locked. So just go after the 5-star ones. You don't even need to, if you're shiny hunting it, don't even go into the ones that aren't 5-star, because they will not have a chance at all. Chloe, good morning. How are you doing today? Hope you're having a great Wednesday. Good week as well. And Mike, it's a shame that Gholdengo being such a cool Pokemon give it the worst shiny in existence. True. I wish they made it silver. The Silver Surfer thing would have been so cool. I know, and it's such an easy just palette swap, right? Such an easy one, but for some reason they decided to just not like us and give us the exact same. That's another non-shiny. Sylvingo. I like it. I like it. Amazing. Thanks, Lee. Is den manipulation like Sword and Shield still a thing at all? No. No, I think how they coded the dens in this, you can't. What is it? It's some sort of terahex thing. I don't know. I don't know the details. I'm just spouting out words. I don't really know. But basically, you can't manipulate the dens. I know there is people with access to bots that scan all of the dens in Paldea to find the shiny, so it makes it easier, and then they host them. But I guess you have to have access to a bot to be able to do that, which I don't, unfortunately. So I'll have to do it the traditional way of grinding it out. So that's all of the event dens I think we've checked. So we can just spawn a new set. But some great news. Great news. Yesterday was such a productive day. I've finished all of the shiny hunts that I need. I think we'll just always start from this point of the map and we'll work back to Lake Casaroya, and then it makes it easy. We're just doing nice clockwise sweeps every time. We're not going to get confused about which dens we've checked or not. Olio, how are we doing today? Have you started opening your new packs? I have. I opened up a few this morning, and I got a alt art executor, Alolan executor, which was nice, but otherwise I got absolute garbage, like nothing. So I was very sad at that. I'll have to collect some. What are they? The hourglasses. Oh, there we go. Okay. Trick this one. Hourglasses, so I can open some more. I do have enough, but I want to open like 10 packs to try and get a good handle on them. So yeah, I was a bit disappointed with it, mate, to be honest. Seeing opening X this morning and flicking through and everyone's got the banger pulls already, and I'm like, oh, I felt good. I'm gonna get something, but no, I got barely anything. So I hope you did though, mate. How are your pulls? Grace, how are you doing? I'm playing through Violet. Do you prefer Chlorophyll or Moody Scovillian for a playthrough? Probably Moody, you know. I love Moody as an ability in general. I just think Moody's so broken, you know. Because even though you're getting like it decreases a random stat every turn, you're always guaranteeing one boosted stat, right? So sometimes, you know, you can really just change how a game goes. So I would always go Moody if I had the choice. I think because unless you've got a drought user on your team, if you have, then maybe Chlorophyll works out a little bit better, but Moody just feels a little bit more consistent. It's not consistent at all because it's so random with the RNG, but that's what I would pick. But I hope you're enjoying the playthrough, Grace. Scovillian's a classy team member as well. I definitely can get behind that. It's one that I wish I'd had on my playthrough. I love it. It's one of my favorite new Pokemon that were introduced in Paldea. Just never really, I guess, in a competitive sense, when I started looking at the new Pokemon, I always have this angle that I look at Pokemon from. A lot of the time I'm like, okay, is it good competitively? And then if it's not super good competitively, I kind of tend to like overlook it a little bit. But I need to get out of that mind frame. What's your opinion on getting this shiny on YouTubers' Discords? I mean, it should be like, it's fine, because like, I mean, the means that they're doing it, you know, like I said, I think if they're doing it through bots that just sweep, it's just a quicker process of basically what I'm doing now, just a huge time saver. And then they're sharing it with the community as well to make it accessible for, like, you know, people that don't have the time to do this, so they can get the shiny in game. So I don't really have any qualms with it at all. Obviously can't comment what the Pokemon company would probably be like, no, that's not the way to do it because you're using an external device. But at the end of the day, the raid's genuine, the Pokemon's not being hacked or anything like that. So I think it's fine. From a personal point of view, it's fine. But I think if it was me, like being a caster and, you know, that side of things, I probably wouldn't. Even if I had a bot, I wouldn't do it. Can you guys hear that? I feel like they're like, there's no grass outside the front of our house, and the maintenance people are like, they're definitely streaming, and it's like, go away, go away. Right. I think you are the same color as your buckle. Just a quick question, is it possible to share the shiny Gimmighoul when someone finds it? Yes, it is improved. So the basic thing that I would like to do is find it so I can host it, because then you can just save in front of the raid, host it with whoever joins, and then at the end of the raid, before it finishes, I quit out of it. You guys all finish, catch the Gimmighoul, and then I restart my game, and then we start the whole thing again and share it around with as many people as possible in the time that the event's running. The only problem with doing that is that we're on a bit of a timer, right? Because to share it with anyone online, I'd have to connect to the internet. So we'd only have up to the point of this event running. So when this event ends on like the 8th of May, we wouldn't be able to share it. You could do it locally, keep it in game and do it locally, but you wouldn't ever be able to connect your Switch, like your Scarlet and Violet game, to the internet again if you wanted to keep that den. And you'd also need to make sure you manage the date and time so your day didn't skip over, because if the day skips over and you're saved in front of the raid den, it would disappear because a new batch of dens would spawn on your map. So there's a few things that if you get the shiny you need to be a little bit careful with. I would have to give Scovillian Sunny Day. Yeah, I don't feel like it's worth it. Level 16 has Protect, Razor Leaf, Bite, Flamethrower. Solid set at the minute. I feel like Moody would be good on it, you know? You're definitely the same color, I feel. If I'm wrong though, you guys can just shout at me. That looks a little bit lighter, but I don't feel like it's light enough, right? Anyway, we can show strategy. If you're wanting to run through these, what Terra type is this? Okay, it's ground. So they're really easy to run through with, like Ursaring, Ursaluna. I have a friend who wanted every Ghost Terra type shiny. She gave up when she realized she'd never have Gimmighoul and Goldengo. That is sad. The problem is with doing this now, if it is the shiny, is if I beat it and catch it. I guess would I be able to reset my game? Probably would, and then come back into it and get the den. Doesn't it reset every 24 hours? Yeah, Lars. So that's why you just need to keep you'd need to keep shifting your time back in on your Switch. So it was did I need to do an all-out cheer to get guaranteed the knockout there? I feel like that was a low roll. Kind of slightly annoying. But a Facade should do it. It's so weak. But yeah, so you just need to keep that clock ticked in the same day so it doesn't tick over, Lars, and then you can keep it in game. Here, can someone confirm if you can run a raid and check for the shiny from the last encounter page? I don't know what you mean. Let's get it in a Premier Ball. So are you meaning that like you would go to how many shinies you'd seen? I guess you could do that, or go into the raid, come out, and then that shiny counter that tells you how many shinies you've encountered. If that's what you're referring to, I guess that's the way to do it. You could probably do it that way. And we get a bit of Herba Mystica as well, which is nice. Right, let's check this one. I don't think it will be, but let's see. Imagine if it is. No, of course it's not a shiny. Well, you know, I've got to get used to what I'm looking for, I guess, at the same time. But at least we get some Herba Mystica, which is always valuable. Matt, good morning. How are you doing? Hope you're having a great Wednesday. Mighty, I'm weird. The first time I played Brilliant Diamond, I did not like it that much. Then I got OG Pearl and enjoyed it more. And with my recent playthrough of Shining Pearl, I ended up really liking it. That's good, mate. It grew on you after a while. I feel like Pearl was like, I had a break from Pokemon, and then Pearl was when I came back into play Pokemon competitively a lot more, because VG was like an official thing then. So it was like almost the game that I came back to Pokemon with. So I have like such a huge love for Sinnoh and just the Sinnoh Pokemon and everything Sinnoh. So I really enjoyed BSP from the start, you know. I could look past the chibi graphics and stuff, and the stuff that they left out from like Platinum that would have been great if they'd included it in, but in general I still love those games. They're a lot of fun. What's the best way to tell if it's shiny? I guess like if you're playing on PC, or if you're not, I would have a picture of the shiny Gimmighoul sprite like on your phone or on your screen next to the raid den, and then you can then compare it. It's still going to be tricky because it's terastallized, so it makes it a little bit more awkward, but I've heard from a few people who managed to find the shiny from the raid dens. They say it's not as difficult to identify as you would think. It's pretty obvious, and I think that's probably the case if you've checked like so many dens and you've just seen that regular form after regular form. When there is that little bit of variance, it probably does stand out a lot more, so I wouldn't worry too much. But use the zoom function like we're doing, Matt. I'd always have that enabled on your Switch, so you can double tap your home menu button, and then you can zoom in, get a closer look at it. And the way that I always do it is, if we just flown it over this, we have, is to always look at the buckle. I'm gonna save because I just don't want to have to keep running from the raid to come back and then save again and go from there. So I'm gonna drop saves before I go into each and every one. Yeah, so if you look at the buckle on the chest, it's a dark gray. If you look at the Gimmighoul itself in the chest, it's way lighter. So that's always the reference that I would use, and I think that's a good giveaway. I feel like you can play tricks on yourself like I did with that last one, where I'm like looking at it and thinking, is it lighter, or is that just because of its terastallization? You know, it's like it's not the easiest at all. It does make it really tricky. So like, you can probably speed through it, and we will get faster at checking the raids. I think these first few though, when you come in, you just want to just be like, look at it. If the Gimmighoul like here is the same shade as that buckle, then you know it's not the shiny, and then you can just run from the raid and then just continually check the next ones. But that's what I'm basically doing. I don't know if there is a better way to do it. I like how early you get the power items. Yeah, it's handy, Grace, especially for EV training and stuff like that. And the spots early game, well, the fact that you can get to like pretty much everywhere in the game pretty early to do EV training makes it like really, really good. Okay, we'll check this one first, and then we'll check that water one and see if we get them there. Ashley, good morning. How are you doing? He's more white than silver. That is another good tip, yeah. Because I guess the regular form's kind of like a silvery gray, where the shiny is white. I mean, why did they have to make it so difficult to see it? Could they not have just changed the eye color? Like they did with Charcadet. Charcadet's so subtle, right? But at least you can just look at the eyes and be like, that is 100% a shiny, you know? This one, it's it's near impossible to check. Doo-doo-doo-doo. A nice 5-star, that's what we like to see. Anyone remember square shinies of Sword and Shield? Almost no one cared about them and they removed them since. I hear no one complain about it. I really liked it because it kind of had that added rarity on top of the rarity already, you know? If you got the stars, it was like crazy rare. And the square, I like the square shiny sparkle animation as well. Very cool. It'd be nice if we saw them like bring those back, because I'm sure it would be just like a simple coding thing where they'd be able to differentiate even ones from Scarlet and Violet and other gens that could have those squarish star shinies. How are we doing today? Long time no see. Yeah, you as well, mate. I hope you're doing well. Change your channel icon. Looking good, mate. Thank you so much, mate. I wanted to make it a little bit more obvious that it was like Pokemon, if that makes sense. So yeah, we had that done recently, and yeah, I like it. Thank you so much though, mate. I really appreciate the kind words, and I hope you are keeping well, my friend. Great to see you though. How long are we planning to hunt for it? Well, that's the $1 million question. I don't know. We'll keep going for it. I don't know, mate. We'll see how today goes. But we'll be. I think I've got to really make sure that I can't stream tomorrow. That's the only thing. But Friday and over the weekend. So we've got to try and hit this hard. I think when we've got the opportunity to. Tomorrow's the only day that I can't. I will be streaming tomorrow night though. We'll be doing the Soul Link challenge with Charlie, so that should be good. But otherwise I think we're gonna have to just kind of come into this most days and do some solid sessions, and there's still no guarantee that we'll get it, you know. Full start. I think that might be all of them. Yep. Okay, so sweep number 2. So it's basically like 3 5-stars. I don't need to do that. I don't need to change the date. I don't need to. Right, Dad, good morning. How are you doing? Hope you're well, mate. They just changed the dens. I'm pretty sure they have. They've respawned. I need to pay attention when I'm doing this. Okay, so we'll start here. And then we'll work our way around. Hit that they removed square and star sparkles because they specifically went after a normal encounters over eggs to get square on some of the shinies, and now it's gone. Such a waste. That's what I mean as well, Vader. It's like hopefully they bring them back in some shape, way or form, you know. I think in future ones. Right, Dad, mate, thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart, mate. I can't say how much I appreciate all the support you and the other members give the channel. It's is amazing, so thank you so much. 9 months absolutely flown by, worth it. Thank you so much, mate, and appreciate you very much, my friend, and I hope you're having a good start to your Wednesday, whatever you're up to, mate, and hopefully we'll be able to get this den and share it with you guys. That would be the goal. Ashley, can someone help me with my Pokedex? I'm sure there's someone in the chat. If not, check out our Discord. There's probably someone or multiple people that'll be able to help you out with it. Once you check a raid, can you restart Violet for a sort of different one? No, Sedenchik. What you would need to do is do the time date exploit to get new ones on your map, because otherwise just shutting the game down and then coming back into it, it'll be the same den unless you respawn them. So that's those 2 done. Where's the next one? There we go. Very welcome, pal. Can somebody help me with my Pokedex? Ashley, Yes, I've already said. Why is this just spawned in right now? That's kind of weird. Okay, that's not even a... I swear that den sparkled, but okay. Has my day just ticked over? No, it hasn't. That's so weird. Okay, I'm just seeing random dens now then. This is going to be tough because my muscle memory is built for soft reset. And yeah, I feel you, mate. It's not the easiest. It is just so grindy. And it's like I said at the start, it would have been made so much easier if there was some indicator of what dens were 5-star and which weren't, because it cuts down the fact that you need to check every den going around the map and kind of wasting your time, because I guess that's one of the most time consuming bits of this whole thing. But I gotta be appreciative of the fact that we've got something like this in Scarlet and Violet that, you know, gives us a reason to come in and spend some time playing these games after such a long time. Because really, outside of the raid events now and the rare occasion we get a mass outbreak, there's not a lot of reason to keep coming back into Scarlet and Violet, which is kind of sad, unless you play competitive and then you're in it a lot, you know. But the majority of people just don't come into these games that much anymore, which is sad because they're super nice games. Rich, how are you doing, mate? Let's hope today is better than yesterday. The inevitable finally happened. Got laid off yesterday. Oh, mate, I am so sorry to hear that. I am so sorry to hear that, mate. That is not ideal. The way I'd look at it, mate, and I think the way I always kind of like look at things is stuff happens for a reason. So they'll, like Rich says, bigger and better things are on the horizon for you, mate. So you just gotta not let it get you down as hard as that would be, because I know what I'd be like in that situation. But yeah, mate, just keep your chin up and things like that, and something will come along and it will be bigger and better and it will make sense. So hopefully it doesn't take too long to come around though, mate. But where are we going? Totally wrong direction. Right, nothing there. Denny, what do you think of Gen 10 rumors? Denny, if I'm completely honest with you, I haven't really been keeping up with any of the rumor stuff or the potential leak stuff, you know. I kind of just, yeah, I don't know what it is. I kind of have the opinion at the minute where I want to go into ZA as unspoiled as possible. So I've not really been keeping up with any of the regular accounts that would drop stuff. Like I would normally be like so addicted to like anything that would drop and be like, oh my god, I've got to know. And like, I do love the speculation in the teaser season, you know. But I think this time around, because Gen 10 it still feels like such a long way off, and I just don't have the confidence in the stuff that's coming out that it's legitimate either. And I don't want to get my hopes up for stuff and be like, well, that was just a huge amount of BS, you know. So I've just been staying off it, mate. But yeah, I hope you've been enjoying it. If you have as well. Matt, thank you so much, mate, for the 5 gifted memberships. Gotta show chat, we gotta show Matt some huge love as always for the support there. Thank you so much, mate. It's very, very kind of you as well. And we've got Rob R, we've got Danny, we've got Gamezoid, and let me get this den and check it, and then we'll go through them all. Gamezoid, Ben, Rin, all new members. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoy your time. Membership, big shout out to Matt as well. As always, Matt, thank you so much for the support. Riley, good morning. How are you doing, mate? I've totally skipped over you coming into the stream this morning. Hope you're doing well, mate, and having a good day. Rich, I'm pretty good, mate. Currently on my way to Monkey Hangerland. quite busy with work today, so I'll mainly be lurking. Mate, I hope the day goes pretty swiftly for you. Monkey Hanger Land. What is that place? That sounds like an adventure, like theme park place. Oh my god, there's like a huge wasp coming in my window. Go away. New shine. How's the level 100 shiny Magikarps? Oddish, how are you doing, mate? I hope you are well. It's been a little while. Still tucked up. I think mine is it tucked up in my boxes? I think it's either there or in Pokemon Home. I'd love to go after another. Well, I did attempt to try and get another one, but I failed miserably. It was not a shiny. Zaro, how are you doing? I hope you're having a good day and week so far. Good luck with the gimme hunt. Sneaky little devil. Definitely sneaky, mate. I hope you're doing well though, my friend, and thanks so much for hopping in. It's great to have you in the stream with us today. Hopefully you're here when we do manage to find it. It's feel really nice to have a reason to launch Scarlet and Violet every now and again. I'll launch it up and run around for a few minutes, but without a goal. Yeah, it's hard, isn't it? That's my problem. Come on, you know. What is this, Rich? There, where we go. You know who the monkey hangers are? I'm heading to Hartlepool. I don't, mate, but it's making me laugh, so you might have to explain it to me. Might be a reference I'm just totally like ignorant on. Don't know. Right, there we go. Get this next one. I would recommend using an imposter ditto for anyone looking for a shiny Gimmighoul. This makes it really easy to see the color difference. G-Force, you are a genius. You're a genius. What a great tip. What an absolutely great tip. Yeah, makes it, I can imagine that makes it. Where are our dittos? I know I've got one lurking around in a box somewhere I've been using to breed with. Is this an imposter one? Limber. I don't really want to use an ability patch if I don't need to. I think they might be the only dittos I've got. Might have to use an ability. I think they are, yeah. Ideal. Okay. Which one do we use it on? Let's use it on this one. Bag. Should have some spare. Ability patch. Ooh, I'm running so low on them. There we go. Okay. There we go. I think this one will be shiny. I hope you're right, mate. If it is, where are we going? We've got it marked on the map. One of those mons hard to identify. Shiny, especially. There's no sparkle sound. Currently going for the shiny Swablu from Outbreaks. Altaria has a mega evo, right? It does, yes. Good luck with the Swablu hunt. I hope it's nice and easy for you, mate. I'm sure it will be. Even without a sandwich, it should pop up. The shiny should pop up. Of course, this one's awkward to get to and minimum stars. Got any other ones around this area that I've missed? Just this one and the poison one. Okay. In short, during the Napoleonic War, a monkey washed up on the beach in Hartlepool. Since the town people had never seen a monkey before, they assumed it was French spy and hung it. I feel like I've heard that before, but I've totally, yeah. It sounds familiar to me, this story. So that's why where the nickname comes from. It's actually a true story as well. I wonder if that's why we've got the reference to, is it Mickey in Alan Partridge, where he always talks about having a pet monkey and it ate all his cigarettes. I always find that so funny. Is it Mickey or Mike? I can't remember. Does the imposter copy the shiny forms Pokemon? I think it would. Yeah, it should do. I think. Does it? I should know this. Trying to go for a marked Wiglet, then after that I'll go back to the Arcazalt resets and shield. Good luck with the marked shiny. I hope you get it soon. Wiglet's such a great shiny, isn't it? I like Wugtrio and Wiglet have like some of the best shinies out of the Scarlet and Violet batch of Pokemon. Such banger shinies. It's terrible Pokemon. It's so sad. I love the designs of them, but All-Star. That might be all of them checked now. I think that is. Okay. Miro Love, thank you so much for the sub. You joining the stream. Hope you enjoy it with us. Astro, thank you as well. Really appreciate the support, guys. Just got my Wiglet onto Gimme. Scott, good luck with the Gimme hunt, mate. No respawns there. Next Gimmighoul is going to be shiny. Oddish, I hope these predictions come true, because it would be incredible if we get it this early on. Do you think the Switch 2 performance patch will be 30 or 60 FPS? I want it to be 60. I think it'll be more like 30, to be honest. And even then, though, if it is 30, I think that's a big improvement from what we've got right now. So, yeah, 60 would be perfect. I just don't know if it will be. There we go. A nice 5-star. First to check. See what they did. Oh, see how this goes. So if my friend got Salamence farming, but now going to hunt Gimmighoul, can I join in if he goes online one last time? If you're with your friend locally, yes. But if your friend goes online to share that raid, I'm presuming they'll lose the raid because the dens will update to the new event. So I don't think they can host it anymore. If that makes sense. So please, Game Freak gods, give me the shiny ghoul. We all want the shiny ghoul. I don't think this is. That's definitely not the shiny. But I guess you could then. The color difference. Yeah, I don't know. That's not shiny. What's the running with the shiny Gimmighoul with the Ditto then? I mean, if it goes into raid menu then goes online, would it kick him out? Yeah, I think so, because I think it would automatically update all the raid dens. I'm pretty sure. Unless, can you go into a raid host? No, you need to connect to the internet, so you can't connect. You can't just host a raid through the raid, like going into the den, right? There's not a function to be like, go online and share with, you know, I think the way that you have to share a raid, I feel like you have to go online first, which would then update the dens. So yeah, I don't think it's possible to do once the raid's finished. I got a shiny ghoul the first time they did the event, but I got it from someone who shared the raid. That's super nice that you've got it though. Mission failed. We get it next time. This next time, Oddish, yes. This is the one that you actually meant. Need to update the counter. Riley managed to get everything transferred over to my Master Ruby with my shiny team. I only have about 130 Pokemon left to catch between XD and Fire Red. First time playing through XD. It's been a blast. That's awesome, mate. What is it? Is it a continuation of Colosseum XD? Or is it a completely different story? One of those that I've like very rarely played, so I've got... Like my knowledge with Colosseum, I have very little knowledge on the game. I feel like this is slower with the Imposter Ditto, if I'm completely honest. I think the zoom function's kind of fine. At least I prefer just using the zoom function. I just feel like the Imposter ability to activate and slowing down our progress in the raid. David, how are you doing, mate? I hope you're well. I'm gonna put Ursa at top. Okay. It's weird. I don't know if I'm just ignoring them, but I've not seen many Wiglet outbreaks appearing on my map. It's a direct sequel, constant references to Colosseum story. Oh, that's very cool. That makes it even better. That's, yeah. That's very cool. I love that. I love actual sequels. Like, that's what makes Black and White 2, in my opinion, like such a good game. Like, it's a direct, you know, lead on from Black and White. Not direct, but pretty close, you know, just a few years later. Crazy Lemon, how are we doing today? I hope you're well. Great to see you. Thanks so much for hopping in and joining the stream with us today. How's the hunt going? Not too bad so far. We're kind of roughly averaging about 3-5 star dens on our map every time we reset. It's just a case of kind of finding them, which is the grind, kind of running around, checking each den for the 5 star, then going into the ones that are 5 star to check. No luck so far. But I know coming into this, it's going to be like, we're going to either have to get incredibly lucky or it's going to be a crazy long grind. Comparison of shiny to regular is just so close. It's so difficult to see. Yeah, I think it'll be all, I think when we do hit the shiny though, if we do hit the shiny, I should say, I think it'll be really obvious because it is a lot whiter rather than the gray. These Steel Tera dens seem to always have the 5 star in, so that's a good indicator. We need Pokemon ability that only activates versus shiny Pokemon just for shiny hunting purposes. That would be good, especially just for this scenario. Nando, thank you so much, mate. That is so kind of you, my friend. I hope you're having a fantastic Wednesday. Thanks so much for jumping into the stream with us today. Appreciate your help for sure. Hawaii time here, always bad hours. Glad to see it live for a bit. Great to have you here, mate. And yeah, I totally get the Hawaiian hours. When I was over there for Worlds last year, the jet lag coming back absolutely ruined me. It took me, well, I was gonna say it took me like nearly a month to get back, and it's not even an exaggeration, but I think getting COVID when I was out there like definitely contributed towards that. But the jet lag, the first few days of coming back, I was just wiped. I could not do anything. Jay, how are you doing, mate? Good to see you. I like it when the dens are close together so we can just check them easily. If you found the shiny, how do you go about hosting? Do you have to run away? I think basically what you would do, Rich, is, so I'd save in front of the den before going into it. I'd host it online so people could join. Have I checked that one? I'm pretty sure I have. There's another steel one. I feel like this one will be a 5 star. All the Steel Tera type ones so far have been 5 star. Yeah, so you just go into it, host it, people would join it, you'd start the raid, and then partway through the raid, I would quit out of it, but the raid would continue for everyone else. And then I would just rinse and repeat the same process. The only thing that I would need to do would be just make sure that my day doesn't tick over on my Switch so the den would disappear. So I just need to make sure that I always keep it back. Like at one point through the day, it's like one task to do every day while keeping the den active. Just going back, putting the clock back to like just after midnight, and then just remembering to do that the next day before it ticks over again. So you can continually host it. Shadow moves work very differently in XD compared to Colosseum. They're super effective against all non-shadow Pokemon. Wow, that is a huge difference. XD is one of those, like, I'm definitely committed to doing a Colosseum run and a shiny hunt in Colosseum very soon on the channel. I think once we finish our Soul Silver shiny only Nuzlocke that we're doing at the minute, we'll do the Colosseum and we'll go for the Croc Rock shiny, Ribbon Master it. But I don't have XD Gales of Darkness, and I feel like I probably won't get it because it's just so expensive to get. And it'll be kind of sad to not be able to play that. Although I guess with the Switch 2 that it is coming there, so I can play it there. The only problem is it probably won't have home compatibility being on the online service, which is so frustrating. If there's one wish I had, it would just be to be like, okay, Colosseum, XD Girls of Darkness, they got compatibility with home. That would be such a game changer. It would be so cool. That one is, which way is easier to go, up the mountain or down the mountain? Maybe from here, the highest peak can fly down. That might be easier. Street, you got XD around a decade ago. It was even expensive back then. Yeah, I feel like it's never been a cheap game, has it? It's never been like, I feel I know what you mean, because I think even when I looked years ago, it was still like, you know, 60, 70, but the majority of other GameCube games at the time were like, you know, £10, maybe £10, £15 most, and that was always the outlier, always. So I'd always be put off and think, I won't pick it up now. Hindsight, I should have picked it up then, because yeah, should have picked a boatload of them up then. I could have just made a fortune off them, but then I'd be a scalper, so I don't really want to be in the scalper department. Rich, since you're here and I know you're lurking, mate, I wanted to ask, did you manage to pick up the the Prismatic Evolutions, the Eevee pouch box that they've just released? I don't know why I've just done that. I managed to snag one, but it's my niece's birthday. It was my niece's birthday yesterday, so I was like, she loves Sylveon. Like, Sylveon's like her favorite Pokemon, Sylveon and Eevee. So I was like, this is a perfect birthday gift. So I managed to get one, luckily, and I've got it posted today. So I'm sadly probably not going to get one for myself to open or keep. But I wondered if you'd managed to get one, or if any of you other guys that do TCG pick up any TCG products have picked one up. The pouch looks really nice in person though. When I was looking at the box this morning when it arrived, I was like, it's way nicer than it looks in the pictures. And I didn't realize it came with 5 packs. I just assumed it came with 4, which was, why do I always go into that? Trigger happy. Right, okay, challenge alone. Let's check this one. And this one is number 11. Did not know that XD was shiny locked. Interesting. Oh wow, I did not know that either. Julian, how are we doing today? First time I ever catch one of your streams. Really love what you do for the Pokemon community, including the casting. Thank you so much, mate. You have no idea how high you set the bar by your professionalism, mate. You are just way too kind. It's awesome to have you in the stream with us today as well. I hope you're having a fantastic morning and a good week, and thank you so much. It's really, really kind of you to say. I'm very, very privileged to be in a position where I've been asked to cast and stuff like that. So I do not take it for granted, and try and do my best and enjoy it as well. I'm looking forward to the rest of the season. We've still got some big events in Europe, of course, to come before we end the season out. I just had Seville this last weekend, which was wild, and I even said it on Monday's stream, you know, we get to the end of this format where you think, it's getting a little bit stale, a little bit boring, and the players just come out swinging. I mean, the Giratina match in particular, one of my favorites from the event, was just amazing. So it's yeah, I'm really looking forward to Regulation I, though. That's starting very soon, so it should be really cool. Crazy Lemon, thank you so much for the sub. But however long you can stick around today, Julian, I hope you enjoy the stream with us. Maybe we find the shiny, maybe not. Probably, if I'm honest, probably not. But you never know, you never know. And Richard did manage to get the pouch and also the 3 sticker packs. Nice, nice. Hope you get some good pulls in them, mate. Get that Umbreon. I think I've resigned myself to the fact, I think if I'm going to collect, I really like the set of Why am I just checking random raids as well? I really want the special illustration, right? Evolution set. I would love to get them, but I think I'm gonna pick them up in Japanese because I'm just, yeah, I don't think the price is gonna come down that much with the English set. So that's my goal, I think, over the next year or so to pick up the Japanese set. Okay, another flying one. Let's see if this one can be the lucky one. Riley, I'll be buying a box of the new Rivals set end of the month. Yeah, it's not long till it drops, is it? There's some cards I really want to use in my deck. Some banger cards in that set. I love the Crobat. I think that's probably my favorite from the set. The illustration rare Crobat. You've got the big chase card, the Giovanni one, but the Nido King as well is kind of cool. I like that one. Some nice cards from it. I have not been able to pick up any pre-order stuff yet. Every time I've looked, it's always just been out of stock straight away. So, but being a main set, I'm not really too worried because I know it will get reprinted, so I should be able to pick it up at some point. Brent, any information on AZ release date? Oh, ZA, you mean? An oddish lucky number 17 and calling it now. No further information on ZA just yet. We've got but I can't remember who mentioned in the stream on Monday. Made a really good point. Like I was saying, I feel like we haven't really had much news, and is it going to be like June, July or August before we get anything else regarding a release date? But they reminded us that ever since the Pokemon Day Presents, every month since then, we've had some form of trailer. You know, we had one in the Nintendo Direct. We had another one recently. So maybe they're going on a pattern of every month they're going to drop something, which would be really exciting if they do that. So hopefully coming into May, we might get something soon. Especially it could be off the back of like next week when Golden Weekends. And then at the start of the month, they might do something. So hopefully we get something soon. I would hope we get a release date sooner rather than later. I can't imagine us getting to like August and still not having a release date. Like, because that's a guaranteed Pokemon announcement, right? At Worlds, we know we're going to get something announced at Worlds, but I feel like that is going to be, maybe they could announce a new Mega Pokemon. I feel like they're going to base that announcement more on Champions. Now we know that Champions is a thing, so that would feel a little bit more fitting for the World Championships, that we get like Champions news and maybe a release date for Champions, which would be wild if we got that at Worlds this year. So I'm hoping we get a release date of ZA soon, because like stores and stuff are going to need to start like having pre-orders ready. So you've got to kind of expect we'll get something soon, but at the minute we've got no other additional news at all. Titles that Calyrex Shadow Rider won this regional. How many Calyrex are going to win how many regionals? Oh, titles that Calyrex Shadow Rider won this regulation, 0. Titles that Newcastle United won this year, 1. The Toon Army. And if we qualify for the Champions League, we've got a really tough match this weekend against Brighton down at their place. That's going to be probably one of the toughest games. We never do well against Brighton. They're a great team. And they've not been in the best of form lately, but it doesn't really mean much, you know. So I think if we can somehow get a win against Brighton, I think that all but guarantees us Champions League football next year, which would be amazing. But there's like 4 games left, and we're sitting 3rd in the Premier League so far. So we're doing all right, but I don't want to get like ahead of myself because things are so tight at the top of the table. It can change so quickly, which is scary. I think ZA will release in November. That's my feeling. There's what creator, what they called, I really can't remember their handle. I feel terrible for it. They do amazing content and really retranslate like a lot of Japanese content and stuff that gets lost in translation and like clarifies what everything means. But They did a video recently and going over the text on all of the Japanese like promotional stuff for ZA, and it's like fall 2025, which is really interesting because I think the last time they advertised anything around that release time, like fall, was, I can't remember the game, but it came out in like October time. So we might see it a little bit earlier than November, which I guess could make sense. My feeling is it's going to be November, but who knows? It could be a little bit earlier than that. Can't see it being September. I mean, if it was September, that would be hype. The earlier the better. Like for me, I think just like if we get it any time earlier than November, that's a win. But I'm expecting November. It just makes more sense for the holiday season to drive up as many sales as possible, especially if they're kind of worried that it's not going to sell as well. Although I don't think there's any reason why it wouldn't, because I think off the back of Legends Arceus, that was such an amazing game. I think it's got the strength from that game that it will always sell well. It's just whether or not it gets bad reviews, I guess, or if it's a bad game. I don't know. That might affect it. Tyler, how are you doing, mate? I hope you're well. Having a great Wednesday. Good to see you, though. How do you feel about Cryogon with Shadow Calyrex? It's not a combination I've played around with or seen too much, to be honest, but I think it could work. I think Shadow Calyrex is probably one of the most splashable restricteds that we've got in the format, and Cryogon in itself is just so strong, and I think the pair could work quite nicely, to be honest. Yeah, I don't see any reason why it wouldn't work at all, because like Cryogon Lunala works well, so there's elements there that, you know, exactly the same sort of typing that you're going to see from the Lunala and the Calyrex. I just feel like Calyrex is probably slightly better than Lunala. So yeah, I could see it working. To comment properly though and give you a proper answer, it's something I'd have to play the restricted pairing with, know a bit more about the archetype. I feel like I'm kind of giving you a half-baked answer here when I don't really have a good answer for you. So I apologize, and I don't want to just be spouting out nonsense. Be like, yeah, it's good. I have no idea if it's good or not. But it seems like it would be a good pairing. I shot you a message on Twitter for the track. Oh, mate, I will get back to you. I will get back to you. I need to dig it out. I'm sorry. The last day I was slammed with stuff. I was just busy finishing off stuff for that video. So I didn't really have a lot of time outside of doing that and everything else that was going on yesterday. I will get that over to you though, mate. Don't worry about it. Charlie streamed last night. The Reg I team he was running was pretty solid. He went for 6 for 6. Oh wow, that's good. What was the core that he was running? So Gimmighoul shiny odds for the raids. They are only the 5-star can be shiny, and the odds are slightly worse than the base rates. So base rates 1 in 4096. The shiny rates, I think, for raids is 1 in 4103. I feel, so slightly worse, but standard, and you can't do anything to improve those odds. Shiny sandwiches will not work. Shiny charm doesn't have any effect at all. Have we checked that dark one? I don't think we have. Pretty sure we haven't. What's the quickest route gonna be there? Oh, it's 1. Yeah, so not 3, 8. 1 in 4108. I've been saying 3 for some reason. Deleting bits off the 8. Doo-doo, boo-doo, boo-doo. I've been testing. I've done the sun. Has been a bit of fun. Cryogon with Flutter. Oh yeah, Cryo Flutter. Any of the photosynthesis Pokemon with Cryogon, so strong. I love it. I like Chi-Yu in there as well. Chi-Yu Flutter always makes just like a little bit more sense. So I think that's everything checked on the map. We must have checked that dark one. I feel like it could have been the one that got away though, but never mind. Okay, not many 5-star dens on that run. I think my the pairing that I like at the minute initially is Terapagos, Kali Shadow. That's probably what I'll probably invest a bit more time into to begin the format with. Still betting on number 17. I like it, Oddish. Kind of brutal, right? How many we've been able to check in an hour. I mean, we've not been doing it the fastest, but 12 in basically an hour, and we've got to potentially run through over 4,000 of these to find the shiny. The reality strikes. Are we going to be able to do it? Well, we can only try. We can only try, so that we'll see. Looking forward to more mainline Pokemon games released on the Switch for Pokemon Home Shiny Mythical event. They're kind of lazy to do for Let's Go, BDSP, and Sword and Shield. I'm looking forward to like more as well. You know, I think like I'm excited for ZA to come out, but I kind of would like a remake as well. Kind of just fill the gap between ZA and Gen 10 whenever Gen 10 comes out. I'm presuming like Gen 10 is going to be November 2026, but I guess there's no guarantees that that's going to happen. The big thing that I can't get my head around is TCG have a set rumor. I don't know if it's been confirmed or if it's just a rumor, so there might not be any truth in it, but supposedly TCG is getting a black and white themed set, and it's like, that's kind of strange, because you would have thought the black and white set TCG set would come out like off the back of maybe a black and white remake game for like the Switch or something, but we've had no news on that, even though it was heavily rumored like a year ago. So there's still, I guess, the chance that we get something like that maybe coming to the Switch, but I'd love something like a BDSP, obviously not the same style, just a remake of Black and White 2, or maybe a dual pack, you know. It'd be very cool if they did something like that just in the meantime. And it would kind of fit in with that TCG set that's just randomly coming out. A black and white set feels so random just to be dropping just out of the blue, you know. Just watched a Shiny Joxy stream of yesterday. It was an amazing encounter. I guess you'll be lucky today too. Bits of Dreaming, how are you doing, mate? I hope you're well. That is still probably one of the most epic shiny moments I've ever had. That Deoxys. What a grind that was. But yeah, we'll be doing some more giveaways. Why am I checking this den? This is not the one. We'll be doing some more giveaways for that Deoxys later this week and into next week on the channel. So I've still got a bunch of those to give away. So if you haven't picked one up yet, do keep an eye on the community section of the channel for an update there with when that stream will be going up for those. And we've got a few Mews as well, but not many of those left. So we've got a few of those to give out if anyone wants one of those as well. Reese never had one in a raid. I've never had a shiny Pokemon in a raid ever before, and I've done thousands of raid like dens, just never encountered a single shiny. So it would be the first shiny I'd ever come across in a raid, which would be really cool for this event. But yeah, it doesn't give me a lot of hope when I've had zero luck so far, and I've played this game for so long, and I don't know how many raid dens I've done in total since this game dropped, but that's how rare they are. I could be lying though. I could have had a shiny and just never noticed it. I feel like I would have noticed that it would have been a shiny though. Scott, only 333 hours left by the maths. Let's go. Okay, we can do that in the time that we've got. Can we? No. There's not enough hours in a week to do this. I mean, we'd be able to do it. We just have to keep this event in game, and I wouldn't be able to do anything else. No other events or anything like that. We just have to lock this in till we got it. Quickly check it before these tourists go crazy. 5-star dens. Wow, got barely any. Am I just missing them? No, there's a couple down here. Maybe these are both 5 stars, potentially. First and only shiny in raid was Illumise. I've shared it with my girl. That is very cool, Alex. That's a very nice shiny to get. Hey guys, share in the chat if you've had shinies in raid dens before, like not just this event but just random ones. What have you got, and like how many have you had or come across in your game? How lucky have you been? I hope they fixed the graphics in ZA. Graphically quality of the buildings etc looks 1990s. In Scarlet it doesn't matter because you're in an open world more. I think as well, the one thing to take from the trailers, I would say that, where are we going? I don't think the gameplay footage is finalized, so I wouldn't really be too worried about how it maybe looks in the trailers now. I think especially on a Switch 2, I think it'll look, the enhancement version of it will look really good. I'm a bit skeptical with how it will look on just the regular, the original Switch. I don't know if it'll perform well. It might do, it might not look as good though, but we'll have to wait and see. But I guess I'd never really judge a game too much based on trailers a lot of the time, because you never really know what stage of the game development those shots have been taken from. Is it recent or is it like a while ago? Joined a random shiny Metagross raid once when I was just doing random online raids. Couldn't believe it. That is a wild one to get. That's very cool. Favorite Gen 9 mon, non-paradox, mine is Roaring Moon, but that feels like cheating since it's just Ments. Other than him, Lotix. Lotix is a cool one. No shiny, but we've got the check. Favorite Gen 9 Pokemon. I don't know what mine would be. I think I'm probably one of the legendaries, you know. I think like Chenpao, GU, really cool. Paradox Pokemon. There's a lot of them that are really, really cool on there. Like I really like Iron Hands. Such a derpy design, but I do like it a lot. And it's very good competitively as well. And as big of a Tyranitar fan I am, I'm not a huge fan of Iron Thorns. Yeah, I can definitely take that out of the game for me forever. I'm not a huge fan. I think it could have been done a lot better, but the typing as well was not a huge fan of. Right, well that's those all checked. That was, I think, was that maybe like 2 5 stars or 1 from that whole respawn? Counted 2 shinies in raids, got Cyclizar and filled an Arbolivia because didn't know it's a shiny form back then. Oh, Exia, that is brutal. I battled over 500 shinies, 0 from raids. Yeah, I'm a bit like that as well. But another, like, how is not a single one of these been from a raid? Found a shiny Florges in a raid. That is very cool. Rekas, love that, love that. I know how to see you live. Watched some of your videos lately. I got back into Pokemon. I beat Sword and Shield, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, and now playing Violet. That is awesome, mate. Great to have you on the stream as well. Hope you're enjoying the Violet playthrough as well. Which do you prefer? Like, interesting. I'm interested to know, like, from going from like straight from Sword and Shield into Scarlet and Violet, like which one are you enjoying more? I guess that a lot of us that like had a huge gap between Sword and Shield, and then you had BDSP and PLA if you played any of those in between. But it's kind of interesting to know, like, coming off the back of one straight into the next one, how it was like experience wise. Shiny Flutterman looks like a zombie with that Miss Michael green color. Big fan. I do love the shiny. It is a super nice shiny. I always feel like a cop out with the Future Paradox form shinies. They always feel like they could have been done. They could have done a lot more with them. Is that lighter? I don't think it's a different shade for sure, but it's not white. Like if I compare it to this GIF, this is what I'm comparing it to. see. We compare the two. They're definitely not. They're definitely not, are they? No. It's not the shiny. It's not the shiny. Villa, yeah, the shiny outbreaks are available now. You just need to update, go online, and the dens will be appearing in Paldea. So you've got these and the mass outbreak events that are running at the moment for a week, which is nice. If you're trying to get the shiny, very difficult, but you might get very lucky. So, and I hope you do if you go for it. Got a shiny Great Tusk during a raid event. Wow, can't remember when it was. Seems so long ago. Shiny Great Tusks. That was one of the Paradox raid events. That's amazing. That is very cool. Such a nice shiny as well. Were Pokemon Scarlet and Violet servers on maintenance? No, they haven't been. I don't think they have. Anyway, the only update maintenance that we've had recently was Home update last week when they implemented the new medals feature. But other than that, we've had nothing. I think the Switch has had maintenance because I was required to do a system update on my Switch this morning before I came into the stream, which I didn't know it was kind of out of the blue. It's a very small update. I don't know what the update is doing. I haven't had a look at the patch notes yet, but is there anything in between that I've missed? Have we been to... We haven't been to this one. Could be. The blue of the water terror makes it tough to see. Oh, don't say that, Riley. I'm gonna have to go back and check it now. I'm gonna be like, yeah, okay, we'll double check this one. By the way, Lee, what's the best Pokemon to use for Gimmighoul raids? Planning to send to Scarlet and Violet. What I got 2 builds that I use for all of them. I'll go through them now. If you're wanting to beat the Gimmighouls, I feel like these are just generally quite good. It doesn't matter the Terra type, they'll be able to run through them quite easily. So Ursaring, Flame Orb, level 100 Hyper Trained, moveset Belly Drum, Facade, Close Combat Crunch. That gives you like pretty much perfect coverage against whatever Terra type it's going to be. EV Spread, very straightforward, is 252 in HP and attack. Adamant Nature, make sure the ability's Guts. It's got the Flame Orb held item. And the basic idea is turn 1 Belly Drum, turn 2 all out attack chair, and then attack with whatever. Facade's going to be the strongest. If it's a ghost type, you're not going to be able to use that, or a steel type, not really that preferable. So just lock in with Close Combat Crunch. But that's the Ursaring. I would suggest it might be something you already have built in game. Easy to get in the base games as well, and set up and train and stuff. A little bit stronger, a little bit more reliable. Don't need the all-out attack chair a lot of the time. Ursaluna, if you have the DLCs, or Legends Arceus. The Terra typing doesn't really matter for these either, so you don't need to spend Terra Shards to change the Terra type. You're never really going to be terastallizing in the raid against the Gimmighouls. They were only 5-star. So Flame Orb again, level 100. Hyper Trained, Belly Drum Crunch, Facade, and then Headlong Rush. You could change that to Close Combat as well, but Headlong Rush just feels better, just so you can take advantage of the ground typing. Same EV Spread, basically 252 in HP and attack, Adamant Nature, and then that Guts ability. So basic 2 that I'd always probably prefer the Ursaluna, but either or just as good as each other, if that helps. Hopefully that helps. But they're 2 that I think are pretty good against the variety of different Terra types that you can kind of come against, because Guts boosted Facade is just so strong. I'm 34 now, but I do feel like a kid again playing Pokemon. That's always the thing though, you know, it doesn't matter your age. I think I know like a lot of people that, you know, a lot older than myself and still play and still enjoy it. And I think it is that you've got that nostalgia factor that you're always going to have, which is always really nice about Pokemon. And I think that always pulls a lot of people back into it. Pokemon definitely take advantage of that as well with their products and placing of Pokemon in certain games and stuff like that. But yeah, it's always a nice fact about it, isn't it, that it always does have that like bring you back to childhood. I always think about like when I used to play Pokemon Red for the first time. Man, I was so addicted to that game. Such good memories. And then gold and silver as well. I think I'm going to stop hunting for a marked Wiglet. Does anyone want regular shiny Wiglet? Alex, that's very kind of you. Ursaring looks great. Just moved shiny Ursaring from Pokemon Go to Violet. That's where I got mine from. Pokemon Go. That the shiny Ursaluna was from Pokemon Go. It's from a community day event. I managed to get the shiny Teddiursa, and then I used it. I evolved it in that game and then traded it up. It was the first one I had in Scarlet and Violet, which was really cool. Definitely not a shiny. But yeah, it's a great shiny. I do love it. It's such a different contrast as well to Ursaring, which is like that vibrant green, right? They changed it so much. I mean, Ursaluna as a vibrant green would look kind of cool as well. And I can't think what Blood Moon Ursaluna shiny looks like because it's never been released. I don't think we can get it as a shiny. It's sad. Thanks for transfer my backup Ursaluna. I changed my Ursaluna that I use in Violet. Old one was just shiny. Now I'm using a shiny alpha. Oh, nice. Very, very cool. I've been doing a lot of shiny alpha hunts in PLA recently for this video that I'm doing, and it's been so much fun. I've like really enjoyed. It's like I've never really put much time. I've done the odd shiny alpha hunt before in the past, but never like a lot of dedicated time into going for the shiny alphas. And it's a really, I'd love to do some on the channel. I've still got a boatload of the shiny alphas to actually get, but yeah, just really enjoyed the hunt. And I think that the whole process of like, is it worth perfecting the decks to get those better odds from like 1 in 800 down to like 1 in 500? Sometimes I think it maybe is, sometimes not so much. But yeah, I'd love to do some streams in Pokemon Legends Arceus, especially now that we know we've got probably a little bit of time as well before ZA drops. So we've got plenty of time to fit some shiny hunts for those Pokemon in before ZA makes its appearance. All right, let's check this one. Let's see if this one is the shiny hunted in Iron Thorns. It may not be the best Paradox, but it looks cool. Shiny Iron Thorns, nicer than regular Iron Thorns. Definitely that shiny silver look to it. But congrats on the shiny, super nice. Kathleen, you are 100% right. No, you can never be too old to play Pokemon. 76, and I have been playing Pokemon right from the time it was introduced. That is incredible. I love that. I love that. And that attitude as well is exactly how I feel about it. Yeah, you can never be too old. It's like saying you get too old to have fun, and that is not true at all. Unfortunately, no shiny little chest Gimmighoul there, but another check down. We edge closer to the shiny. First ever shiny was Vulpix. Wow, that is a banger. First shiny. Maybe not the most rare, but a shiny Ninetales is glorious. That's a great shiny. I've told the story before many times on stream. If you've never heard it, my first shiny I ever got that I know about, maybe in the older games I came across a shiny and just I have no memory of it and ran away from it because I thought it was glitched, you know, the stories that you hear, but I have no memory of like coming across a weird colored Pokemon. So I would say the likelihood is I didn't come across a shiny before this, other than the red Gyarados, of course, which is kind of a freebie, so it doesn't count so much in Gold and Silver and Crystal. But my first one was in Pokemon Pearl, and it was a Fearow, a wild Fearow, full odds. So that was I've still got it in that copy. I keep meaning to trade it up before Bank and Transport are shut down permanently. It'd be nice to keep it in home and have it in game. You never know, Fearow might get a Mega Evolution. It might be relevant competitively one day, and I could be like, this is the first ever shiny that I got. It's not the most glamorous of shinies to get as your first one for sure. Right, we've got the zoom locked in. Imagine just playing the game like this, zoomed in the whole time. It's not even on the Gimmighoul. Right, that is not. By the way, I've got Delmise with Masuda not long ago on Sword. I think it's one of the best shinies out there. Delmise shiny is absolutely amazing. I love that shiny. It's so cool. This is Dream. My first shiny Pokemon was on Emerald. Wow. See the coolness, the style points, they all start going up when you mention first shiny Emerald. I mean, what a perfect match. That's very cool. Luckily, I already knew what shinies were. Heart was racing at the time, I can imagine. Especially knowing how rare they are in those games as well. Why are they so far away, these ones? So we only got these two to check. Okay. Go to the shrine. That's what I keep hoping. Like, I don't push it, but with Thea, I slowly encourage Pokemon. She's played through Pokemon Scarlet, and she caught her first shiny recently. So I managed. It's taken like 6 or 7 months. Bear in mind, she's like 5. So I'm not pushing it at all. I don't want to push her into it, and then for her to be like, it's something that I like. I was always forced to play. I wanted to kind of play it when she wants to play it. So I'm like being very hands off with it and being very hands on when she wants to play. But she caught her first shiny. She unlocked 6 Star Tera Raids. So she's able to get Herba Mystica now a little bit easier. So we went and did a Mareep hunt. That was the hunt that she was like, okay, I want the shiny Mareep. So I was like, that's a cool one to pick for the first one. So we'll go for that. And yeah, she managed to get it pretty quickly as well. So that was really, really cool. So that was Thea's first ever shiny that she got, which I was very proud of. It's a little bit cooler than a Fearow randomly popping up in the wild. Pokemon Pearl. There we go. Fairy Terra type. This would be the one, wouldn't it? That would be good. Clone it for everyone as a meme. We could do that. Would, I mean, I don't know how many people would want a shiny Fearow from Pokemon Pearl, but I'm definitely down for it. Olio, for Pokemon from Raid Den, when you defeat it, do you get the drops? Considering to farm Gimmighoul Raid to get the coins. That's the only issue. You don't get coins. I was like, the one of the coolest things about this raid would have been the drops, the item drops, if they done like the Gimmighoul coins as a reward. If this isn't shiny, we'll beat it. I'll show you. I don't think the coins are ever a reward drop, which is such a huge opportunity missed, because I feel like it gives you that incentive to like run through the raid. Is that lighter? It does appear a little bit lighter, but I don't know. That it's not white, is it? I don't know if it's just the shading thrown off, but it's I don't know. It's not shiny. David, catch it and see. Yeah, we can do the Ursaring strategy. Don't think it is. I don't think it is. This is where I was saying earlier, where you're like, mind's playing tricks on you and you're like second guessing yourself the whole time. Nasty plot. I don't think it is shiny. I did drop a save before we come into it, right? Burn another one. I think it is. There we go. I'm not 100% sure it is. Wait there. I'm really not sure. Nah, it's the same color. I think it's the same color as the buckle, to be honest. So that's what makes this hunt worse. Not even the odds. You can kind of deal with the odds if it's not impossible to see. I know. Like I was saying before, like David, I don't know if you're here, but like just a different color of the eye color. Like the eye color, just make that slightly different. Slightly different. We'll catch it. We'll see. My only thing is, I hope I've saved before this den. It's definitely not shiny. I think there, when that image there where it was drooping round after it's fainted, I think you get a better look at it there. with the coloring. I don't think it's shiny. But yeah, the item drops. It would have been amazing if they had the Pokemon material. And they used to drop Pokemon material, but I think the reason why they might have changed it just for extra Terra Shards every time is because of the Paradox raids. And we had that huge crash where the raids were making people's games crash because Paradox Pokemon don't have Pokemon material. So it was inevitably making, when you complete the raid, there was like an empty item slot. And yeah, it's not shiny, but at least we checked and we got some candies for our trouble. But yeah, I think it just goes to show like how tricky it can be to identify the shiny, although when we come across it, I think we will know. That's yeah, I feel like you're right. I think I keep trying to remind myself that when we do get this, if I say when, I mean if we do, I think we'll know, because it'll be so different to what we've just been seeing constantly for however long we've been doing the shiny hunt, you know, up to this point. Called my second one shortly will evolve the shiny Wiglet. Nice. The prideful mark, that is very cool. Congrats on the mark as well. That's amazing. I think that's all from this run. Yep. Okay, that's another sweep. And no. Joshua, I'm going to try GameStop to get a pre-order for Switch 2. If I can't, I wait for after console launch on June the 5th. Oh, fingers crossed. I really do hope you manage to pick one up at GameStop. I know a lot of people seem to have had a bit more luck at GameStop. I don't know why it's been so difficult for you guys in the US to get like your pre-orders. It seemed so straightforward for the majority of people in Europe that kind of hit those qualification criteria. I don't know, did you in the US, did they have the same criteria if you had the online subscription and you'd had so many hours in game? I would have thought they would have had a boatload of like stock for the majority of people, but it's hard because I don't know, like with all these stuff with the tariffs and things coming in, I don't know how complicated it's made it all. I just feel sorry for all you guys out there that are having difficulty getting it. Hopefully GameStop come through for you, Joshua, though. And I wouldn't worry about it. I think we were talking about it on Monday, you know, unless you were like desperate to get it on release date. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world not to get it on release. I think if I wasn't wanting to do content on the Switch 2, I'd definitely probably put off picking one up and waiting to see if there was a ZA themed console. Because I'm going to be super sad. Like, just personally, I'm getting one on release date. I was lucky enough to get the pre-order in. But I have a feeling that they'll do a themed Switch 2 console for ZA. And I'm not going to pick one up. There's like no way I'm just going to get an extra Switch 2 just out of the blue. I mean, I could sell the one that I've got and then get that one, but it just feels like a lot of effort. What is that Drifblim doing? Do you guys see that? The random Drifblim flying across our screen. This game is so fun. Yeah, so I wouldn't, like, if you're just planning on picking up like ZA is one of the main games that you want to play. Obviously there's a bunch of other stuff coming out as well. It might like be stuff that you want to get before ZA drops, but if ZA is coming out and it's like the first thing that you want to maybe play on the Switch 2, then I would always be like tempted to hold off until then, because it's probably likely going to be closer to like the holiday season. You might get some decent deals on the Switch 2 with ZA, especially if it is like a themed console as well. I keep thinking about that and I'm like, I gotta kind of hold off, but yeah, it is what it is. And I just got to be grateful that I was able to snag one when I did. You got to think as well for competitive play. When we move over to champions, I don't know if you're going to need a Switch to really play on. Because you'll be able to play on mobile devices, which is kind of cool. Shiny, give me Ghoul. We need it. We need it. Mr. Wolf, how are you doing today? And Alex, thank you for the luck, mate. I appreciate it. We definitely need as much luck as we can get. Top, yeah, definitely going to be a difficult shiny. I think this one's probably the toughest one, but it's not like, in one way it's a huge grind, right? But in another way, it's like nice for a change that we have like something like this that we can do on Scarlet and Violet, where we've just had nothing difficult to do like this before, right? Switch 2 pre-orders are not even sold out in Norway yet. Wow, most retailers over here were smart enough to limit pre-orders to 1 per household. That's cool. And I think the majority of places in the UK have been like that as well, from what I know from like Currys and what people have told me about the different retailers like Smiths and stuff like that that have had pre-orders for the console. It's definitely not shiny. Definitely not shiny. It's been 1 per household, which kind of sucks if you've got like multiple people living in a household that want multiple consoles. That makes it a little bit tricky, but otherwise it's a good way to get around the scalpers, you know. I like how they've approached it. I think being like pretty invested into like TCG, and not competitively, but as a collector, and like I don't go crazy, but I like to pick up the odd thing here and there, and just being like definite victim like the rest of the hobby have been like, especially more recently as well. Like it happened during the pandemic, obviously that was bad, but like the scalping that goes on in that side of the hobby is just, it's horrible. So to see like proper like things put in place to try and prevent it, it's awesome to see. Because TCG's such a mess at the minute, which is just like so sad. And I'm getting like such vibes of like how I felt when Celebrations was around, and that was like, that took me out of the hobby for a long period. I was like, I'm not buying anything for a long time. Just after the premium collection with Celebrations and the scalping situation there, it was it was enough for me to be like, nah, I don't want to be involved in this anymore. And it took me a while to get back into it. So to have things put in place to stop the scalping is good, but it's there's still a long way to go. I don't think I'll bother with a Switch 2 until I need it for Pokemon game. Even ZA, I'll just play on my OLED. It's not a bad idea as well, and I think like when you do upgrade, if you just get the Switch 1 version, you're always going to be able to have the option. I love that you're going to have the option to be able to just pay hopefully a smallish premium to get the upgrade for the Switch 2. So you can do that at any... I feel like I literally just checked this one, but I don't know. Have I just checked this? Am I going crazy? Did we come in from here and we just checked 2 dens? No, 3. So it's the dark one. Okay. I don't know if I have checked this. Tell me, chat, if I have. I feel like I'm going crazy. There's a lot of dens in this little area. Jay, thank you so much for coming by the stream, mate. Have a great rest of your day, and I will hopefully catch you on the next one whenever we're live. We are going live tomorrow night with Charlie with our Soul Link quest that we're doing at the minute. We're going to go start over again after we failed our last attempt. So that's back up and running tomorrow night if you're around. That's true, Riley. Got money from the den, so yes. That's a good way to... I should use my brain a little bit more. I'm pleased you're here to help me. Definitely not shiny. That's good though, like 3 5-stars back to back. So Wolf, great to hear. I'm doing good, mate. I'm doing good. Right, where's the next one? Because the scalpers are also registered at my Nintendo store around April 25th. Did you manage to secure one as well from there, Joshua? Just not at all. But I was saying on Monday, I'm kind of tempted to, I don't know how it will work yet, but I'm kind of tempted to buy ZA as a Switch 1 game so I can play it on my Switch and then just get the upgrade straight away for the Switch 2. So I'll play it on my Switch 2, but if I ever want the option to play it on my Switch, because I think if I buy the Switch 2 version straight out, I'll not ever be able to play it on my Switch console. And I feel like I might not even, I just would like the option to be able to do it. I might never use my original Switch console because I've just got the Switch 2 there, but I'd like the option to be able to do it. So I might do it that way around when pre-orders drop. Most Horse, it's great to have you here as well, mate. I hope you are having a fantastic start to your week. Good Wednesday as well. You guys think I should have been counting every den that we've checked rather than just the 5-star ones? Looks like we've not checked many. Well, I mean, we haven't checked many 5-stars. It would have looked, the number would have looked like a better vanity number if we'd been counting every den that we checked so far. Really sucks that they don't give something to indicate that it's a shiny. Yeah, I know. Like just the shiny sparkles in the den would have been enough, wouldn't it? You hunting this poor child? Yes. I've committed to it now. Draconified. We're gonna definitely keep going for it. Hopefully get it. Maybe not though. I mean, the thing is, once the event ends, I could still carry on hunting it. It's just, I wouldn't be able to host it online, which is the sad thing about it. Like, one of the reasons why I'd like to be able to do this, so I can just host it for everyone. So you could kind of jump in and grab one. Draconified, odds are 1 in 4,106. I thought it was, David said before, it was, I've been saying it's 1 in 4,103, so I think I'm definitely wrong, but I thought it was 1 in 4,108, but it's around that area, isn't it? So not easy. And the shiny charm, if it worked, it would be perfect. 4,106 is right. Okay, so we've got it finally. We know the right number. I meet the condition. I have 800 plus hours and Legends Arceus and expansion pack membership. So there you go. That's good. Something like that, David. Yeah, it's around that kind of area. We know it's more than base odds for some reason. It's so weird that it's like slightly higher. I don't know why they did that. Wow, we've done all of them. So that's another sweep and nothing. Is this a new icon news? No, it's just, I feel like the icons have been updated in this latest update. Game share, controllers, virtual game. So it has, it's got like the virtual game cards stuff in there with the latest update. I had not noticed. Good luck trying to find this. Thank you, mate. I appreciate it. And also, Pro Gamer, I definitely need the luck. And good luck to any of you guys. If you're hunting for it yourselves in game as well, if you're going for this shiny, like, good luck with it. I'm gonna have to put so much time into this hunt though if we want to get it. Yeah, you're definitely gonna need it. I give it for the right now. Going for Wiglet line and common mark 1. Nice, very cool. Good luck with that hunt, mate. I hope you find it very, very quick. Jillian, so I take it you're here for a couple more hours. I would say so, mate. Yeah. Even if we get the shiny, we'll be like obviously here for a couple more hours, and then that would be amazing, because then we can schedule in some streams to host the den. And then I have the panic of being like, don't let my Switch tick over a day and lose the den forever. Must be hard though, like for those people that actually genuinely got it and, you know, are hosting it for friends and like people online, to like give the den up must be kind of hard, because it's like one of those, it's like really, you either luck out completely to get it, we've grinded like crazy to get it. Someone posted on Scarlet and Violet subreddit that they had just got the shiny ghoul offline a few days before they encountered the event. Oh no, I think it took that person a few months. Wow, I can expect it to take that long. It's so frustrating though that getting it just before the event comes back as well, because I guess even if you update to get the event now, it will overwrite the one that you've got, so that the shiny would go, I would assume. Awesome, Julian. It's great to have you here, mate. It's great to have you here, as well as everyone else. Do you think on Twitch ones some are legit? I think the majority probably are legit, Sedenchik. I think the thing it's hard to identify, right, is there are definitely people out there that just have the bots that can sweep the dens and then identify where the shiny den is. But there's also going to be the bots that do generate hacked Pokemon as well, and like they're probably providing the den and they obviously provide hacked Pokemon, so then who knows if it's legit, you know. But I definitely think there are probably individuals out there that are doing it and have just used a bot to find a legit den that want to share it with the community, you know. So it's really hard to identify what's legit and not, and it just, I guess it comes down to like trusting the person that's running it, you know. If they say it's legit, then I guess it is. Or if they're just transparent that it's been found by it. The den was found by a bot, the den is legit, I'm sharing it. I mean, that to me would be fine, right? People hosting them are one or two things: using raid crawlers and searching for shiny raids by date skipping automatically, or they hacked seeded mons. Yeah, both are using custom firmware. Yeah, I think you need custom firmware on your Switch to be able to run the bot anyway, so that would have to be there. But yeah, the raid crawlers, I would say, is probably the more legitimate way of it happening. I mean, depends which side of the fence you look at it at. It's tricky, right? Because they're all using external devices regardless, so it depends. But the raids are genuine, you know. In game, just the raid crawler does the same job as what I'm doing now, just like exponentially quicker. So it's a huge time saver. Like, I'm pretty sure it can just sweep all the dens and then just use the date skip and just keep skipping until it does land on the shiny, which is right now sounds super appealing. If I had a button I could press and just be like, okay, we just need to give it like 20 minutes and we've got the den. That would be cool. No one will be publicly hosting their legit found ghoul. That'll most likely be on a private Discord server. I will, if I find it, I will 100% be sharing it, you know. I will make the effort to stream as much as I can if I do get it. But all best intentions there. It's like getting it is the hard thing. Yeah, no, and I get that, David. Have you started your playthrough of Colosseum to get the shiny hunt? Will you be streaming the whole thing? I think, Riley, I'd probably stream the whole thing because I think the playthrough will be quite fun to do as a stream, especially those that haven't played it. And it's kind of, I'll be, because I've got barely any memory of Colosseum as a game anyway, so I think it's kind of nice to be able to do it on stream, unless people would prefer me to do it off stream and then just come into the shiny hunt, we can totally do that as well. But it shouldn't take too long to actually stream a playthrough of it. I don't think it's not the longest of games from all accounts. Search for a stint in a few minutes. Seen the screen recordings of them using it. Wow, it really is that quick, is it? That's crazy. We better grab this Gimmighoul. 5 coins, nice. Don't think I'm confident enough in identifying the shiny. Just check each raid. Think I'm gonna have to beat each one. I mean, the item resource that you'll be able to get from doing that is pretty cool. It's gonna take a little, I say it take a little bit longer. It's not gonna be that much longer, I don't think. It'll accumulate over time, of course. I want to say we didn't check that water Tera Raid down below us, but I will double check that one. I think a full playthrough should happen for sure. That's how I felt about it. It's like, yeah, we're doing the shiny hunt and then coming in post game, it just, I don't know. Especially after I've like legitimately playing through it fully in one go for the first time ever, I feel. It'll be kind of cool to do it on stream. Right. And then it kind of sets up for doing a playthrough of XD when the virtual console game drops, because I'll have already done the Colosseum on the physical hardware, and then I can do XD on the Switch 2 when that drops. Pokemon Colosseum can be long due to it being all doubles battles, and it runs quite slow, but it's a brilliant game. Those Scales of Darkness. Check. I'm looking forward to the run. Yeah, I can imagine. When I've seen like clips of the double battles, they are not fast at all. They seem like well drawn out, but I guess that's part of it, right? Damn, just seen how a raid crawler works. That's totally BS. Ooh, don't want that double. I've never seen one actually working, so I'm kind of interested now to. That looks. It's definitely not, is it? It's the same shades. I wish I could like zoom in closer. It's not shiny. I don't think that's shiny. I really don't. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just gonna beat this one. We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out. Gerald, how can you tell if Gimmighoul is shiny or not? It's super difficult, mate. The shiny is like more white. So you can see that the shiny GIF I've got here. So it's, I don't know if I can put it closer. If I zoom in, then we'll be able to see. See, this makes me think that it's not shiny. It's the Terra crystals make it really hard, because like this bottom part of it looks pretty light, but the top bit, which could just be shading, looks darker. So I'm not really too sure. I always say, like, look at the buckle on the chest and then look at the Gimmighoul, and if they're the same shade, then it's not the shiny. And if the Gimmighoul's lighter than the buckle, then I would say then it is a shiny. But it's really, really tricky. There is no other indicator than just the gonna be able to attack. Yeah, so we'll do it. It doesn't run slow compared to Scarlet and Violet. Yeah, that's kind of true. I don't think it's shiny, but we'll check it nonetheless. Hitting the like button became a thing of the past. Every stream I join, there are always 3 times as many watching as there are likes. Hit the like button, show some love. Yeah, and I'm really bad. I don't really generally tend to say hit the like button as much as I think it annoys people. It never annoys me when I'm watching streams myself. It's just a generic thing that people say, but I do appreciate if you can drop a like. 2 bitter Herba Mystica. Wow, that was definitely worth picking up then. But yeah, if you can hit the like button if you are enjoying the stream, I really appreciate it. And thanks just for joining the stream today. Hopefully we can get lucky with this Gimmighoul. I have a feeling, I don't think this is the shiny, but it's like, if you're ever in doubt, I guess it's always just worth, yeah, it's not always worth just catching it. I think we can just box these for now. Okay, and move on to the next one. Like I say, I think this definitely haven't checked this electric one. Shiny odds remain the same as last event. Yeah, exactly the same, Aviv. So they have not changed. There's a slight part of me that was like, are they going to boost the odds? They only need to like slightly nudge the odds, which would make it so much easier and way more obtainable. Or I think they should have done that, or they should have just made them all 5-star raids. So they were just 5-star. So everything on your map was a 5-star. And that would in itself make it such an easier hunt. I want to say I didn't check this one. Pretty sure I haven't. So I'm just going to double check. It's worth just going and doing it to see if I have. Show the Gimmighoul has recently battled, and the icon for shiny will be there if it was. If you aren't sure if it's shiny, you can back out and check the Pokedex and recently battled. Ah, so that's what. Yeah, okay. And then it will state it there. That's a good way to do it, especially if you drop a save. You can always then do that, double check, then yeah, you don't need to go through actually catching it. I have checked this. No, I haven't checked that one. Okay, so I didn't check it. But that is all of them checked for this sweep. Right, where's the first one we're going for? Does it have a shiny sparkle when you encounter the Tera Raid? Shiny? No, slightly taco. That's another awkward thing about this hunt. There's no indicator at all other than using your eye when you go into the raid to see if it's a shiny or not. 5-star. Yes, it is. Yeah, so they didn't make getting shinies and raids easy at all in this game. It's all by just identifying it when you go into the raid. Professor, oh, good to see you, mate. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Actually, I finally got Wiglet and Growlithe lines. Gonna eat dinner and then start doing gimme raids. Might get lucky. Hope you do, mate. And congrats on getting those Wiglet and Growlithe lines finished off. Dresden, how are we doing today? I'm doing well, mate. Great to see you as always. Hopefully you can bring us some luck in on this Gimmighoul. Well, not many in so far, so we've got plenty of checks to go. But you never know. It could be just one check that we need to get it. Pretty sure that's the same as the last one. So no shiny there. Yeah, I mean, I wish there was just the shiny sparkles. I don't know why, because raids in Sword and Shield, whenever you're encountered, you know, one of the Gigantamax or just Dynamax dens, they always shined. They always had the shiny sparkles when you went in if the Pokemon was shiny. So I don't know why they removed it coming into Tera Raids. But there's so many things that they kind of removed in Scarlet and Violet in regards to like identifying shinies. We've got shinies in the overworld, which is great, but the other little like features that we had with shinies from previous games have all been kind of removed. Deadly Tiger, how are we doing today? I hope you're well and having a great Wednesday. Thanks so much for hopping in and joining the stream with us all today. Pain of 3-star raids. Just an acoustic signal or something. Yeah, I mean, anything would be better than nothing. Like we've got. Got all 3 shiny easily. Took like 5 minutes each. Fabian, is that for the Wiglet line? Gemma, how are we doing today? I hope you're well. Having a great day. Thanks for hopping in and joining the stream with us. As we go after this shiny Gimmighoul, which seems impossible, but you never know. Could be the next one that we check. Could be this one. Dragon Tera type Gimmighoul. That'd be kind of cool. Dragon Tera Goldingo competitively is very strong, or was very good. Good old Fire Red Nidorina hit level 16 in Mount Moon. Immediate Nidoking for the playthrough. Nice. That is good. I booted up my Pokemon Red copy the other day, and I was surprised. I completely forgot that I did the Nidoking glitch in the playthrough, which is really cool. So I'm just at Pewter City, so I've got like the rest of the game to run through with the level 100 Nidoking, which is cool. But getting one legit without a glitch, Riley, is just as good as well, if not better. How'd you actually hunt it? No mercy. So basically what you're doing, it is a huge grind to shiny hunt the Gimmighoul. There is no other way other than having to go around each of the dens on your map one by one. You're basically only wanting to look for the 5-star raid dens. So you, like this, mark them up. I've been going in like a clockwise direction, so I'm hoping not to miss any on my way around. Go to the den. If it's a 5-star, drop a save before you go in, and then go into the den. If this one is a 5-star, I'll kind of show you. But like we've been talking about, there's no indicators when you go into the raid that it's shiny. So you're basically, the only thing that you're doing is using your eye to identify if it's shiny. I mean, you can beat the raid and then catch it. So that is an option. It's a little bit longer because generally if you can spot that it's not shiny, then you can just run from the raid and then move on to the next den. But there's no shiny sparkles, there's no sound, there's no indicators or anything other than that it is slightly different in color from its regular form, which is really hard to see with the chest form Gimmighoul. Anyway, it's a slightly lighter color. So is this a 5-star? It is. Okay, so basically you just go through these motions, drop a save. You don't have to, because if it is shiny in the raid, you can just run and then come and drop a save, go back in. That is if you want to host it. If you're not wanting to host it or share it with anyone, you don't need to worry about the save or anything like that. So you basically just come into the raid and make sure that you have like your zoom function on in your Switch settings, which is it in system? And then you should have a setting down here with like zoom. Just for those of you who don't know, you can toggle this on or off. Just make sure that it's on, so when you're in game you can hit your home button twice and it'll zoom in a little bit further, so it gives you a better look at the Pokemon, so you can try and identify the shiny a little bit easier, especially with this one because it's just so hard to see. Base odds as well, yeah, one in a little bit higher than base odds, 1 in 4,106 opposed to 1 in 4,096. And the shiny charm doesn't work. Sparkle and power level 3 sandwiches don't work to increase the odds at all. So when you're in the raid like this, you can just hit your home menu twice, zoom in, have a look at it. I always say, and I'm like a broken record repeating this, but I always look at the buckle on the chest and then at the Gimmighoul as well. If the Gimmighoul is lighter than the buckle on the chest, that will be the shiny. As you can see here, it's not, so I don't need to do it. Then just run from the raids and then move on to the next one and then check. And basically once you've checked all the dens on your map, you can use the time and date exploit to just respawn a new set, and then you kind of rinse and repeat the whole process as you go. So then we would just move on to the next one, which would be this one here. So it's a really tedious process, and because the odds are just so astronomically high as well, it makes coming across the shiny really difficult. It's only the 5-star, so 4 or below star raids they're all shiny locked, so don't waste your time hunting in any of the 4, 3, 2 or 1 star raids on your map, because none of those will be shiny. The only ones that can be shiny are these 5-star ones. Don't us have an almost, what was that, almost old school shiny experience. I feel like it is, isn't it? It's as close to like an old school one, that like an old school shiny hunt as you can get. Got a shiny Snorunt in 2-star den the other day. Lost my mind. That's crazy. Congrats on the shiny in the raid. I love that as well. I was saying it earlier on, I've never come across a single shiny in any raid that I've done, which, so if I did manage to get one, it would be pretty special. And that's the exact same color, so no. But yeah, Snorunt, that is a very cool shiny to get in a raid den. Already caught a shiny Growlithe, but Wiglet and Swablu took me like 5 minutes each. They showed up after a few battles from the first outbreak patches I visited. Fabian, very nice. Congrats on the shinies. And Draconified, I'm going for a shiny Jumbo Growlithe. That is a very cool one to go for. I think I'd like to do something similar myself with those Jumbo marks. They still feel scarred after, I don't know how many. I got caught over 200 shiny Alolan Raichus and zero had a Jumbo mark. Scarred from that experience. They're all sitting in home as well. I'm like, there's got to be an opportunity sometime where I can just do a giveaway for all those Alolan Raichus that I've got. I need to give them all good homes. Maybe get it quickly, Leigh. I don't have the stamina to go through this unoptimized grind. Yeah, I know the feeling, mate, but thank you. I appreciate it. Can we make a union room to join you for extra luck? I don't know if it's going to change anything. I don't think it, like, imagine if it did. Imagine if that was the secret to it. You all get in a union room and it halves the shiny odds. That'd be wild. Wish you luck. If you find one, you can totally join. Yeah, I mean, if I do find one, Mercy, and thanks so much for the good luck. If I do find one, I am going to host it. So hopefully you guys are going to be able to jump in and grab a copy of it. Should be nice. But I got to get it first. Holly, how are we doing today? Great to see you. And hope you're having a great Wednesday yourself. Thanks for hopping in and joining on this tedious grind. Not too bad, though. It's not too bad. The Gimmighoul. We got any more? Fire and ice, and I think, oh no, we got a normal there as well. We've got a couple more to check. More chances of those 5-star. Just thankful I got one from Absol Blogs when he hosted the one he found. What a nightmare. How many checks did Absol have to do before they found it? I started watching the video that they did a while ago, but I never managed to finish it. It's always one of those where you're like, I can't remember why I stopped watching it. It was just like something came up and I never got back around to watching it. But it was really cool. I'd seen like the first like portion of it. Shiny Blastoise, thank you so much for the super chat and the support there. Very, very much appreciated. Have a good day or night. I have to take my kids to school. You have a fantastic rest of your day. But thank you so much for coming by the stream and generosity as well. Really, really appreciate it. And hopefully catch you on the next one as well. Marcus, the event is live. Yes, it is, mate. It went live at like 1 a.m. UK time this morning. So it's been live a little while now. But yes, you can jump in. Hope you're doing well though, mate. Great to see you as always. Do you have this Ursaring build on the channel somewhere, or are you putting it out after the stream? The last Gimmighoul event, so like August last year, when builds there on that video. But it's lost in the mire of other videos. I do think I was thinking about maybe doing another just quick like 2-minute update video with these builds in it, just so it's a little bit more relevant for and easier to find for people that are doing the events now. Huh. I hate that I'm doing this to myself. I'm pretty sure that is not shiny. That is not shiny. No, it is not shiny. And I keep hating that I'm doing this every time. I'm like, is that shiny? Could be. Does eating a sandwich help? No, unfortunately not, Steve. You can't get anything to reduce the odds of a raid. They're basically stuck as they are. You could do a community post linking the old video. That's true, Vader. Yeah. The problem is I looked at the old video and it's like, I was like, why have I repeated like so many things? It's so choppy as well. I'd probably prefer just to do a fresh one. So it was a little bit easier to digest. I don't know, some videos I look back at and it's from a while ago and I think, oh man, that's terrible. I guess it's a good thing, like in one way, where I'm like hopefully putting out better content now than I was a year ago, which is always a good sign. But yeah, there's a few moments yesterday when I was watching it back to be like, what did I actually say in that video? Like, and then you just recap everything that I did in it. And yeah, I was like, questionable. I just definitely didn't script it at all. And I just off the cuff, which is fine sometimes. But I think stuff like that, it was probably better if I'd actually scripted it. And there's no excuse not to, but I wasn't really in the habit of scripting videos too much back then. Gimmighoul. Can we get that lucky Gimmighoul? I think you can get one where you find like 900 coins randomly in the wild. Such a rare like chance of it happening. I think the most I've had is about 15 on a random roaming Gimmighoul coin payout. But yeah, I think there's one that does give you about 900 coins. Never seen it myself though. Is that all of them? That is every single one. Okay, so nearly 30 5-star raids in 2 hours. Solid numbers. I still didn't hunt his, if I remember correctly. I think he crawled it. Oh really? I thought they hunted it. That surprises me. Couldn't find one last year and I caved and asked someone to trade me one. There is no shame in that, mate. This is not it's, I think the thing is, because there's such a limited time as well that these events run for, and then you have, it's not like a case of being able to just like say, okay, well, I'm just going to keep this event in my game until I eventually get the shiny, right? Because they put other raid events out short periods after this one's finished, and you think, well, I don't want to miss out on getting like another 7, especially if you're collecting like the 7-star raid Pokemon. Do I want to like miss that event? So it's really difficult, like, because you're on a timer from the minute this event goes live, unless you've got like a spare copy where you can put this event on it and you're like, okay, I'm quite happy to never go online with this game until I do get it. But that's like not the case for like everyone. So it's super hard. And I think you just need to be more lucky than anything to get the shiny in this event. It's just hilarious that they advertised this event when the first time it dropped, they advertised it as like a shiny Gimmighoul event. Just so funny. It's like, shiny event though, is it? Nothing shiny about it. And you improved, it's the same looking back at old art. Cringing as an art. Yeah, exactly the same, mate. It is. And Draconified and burnt out on this hunt. It is crazy because you think like how many hours would it take us to get to like just to check 100 raids, like 5-star raids? It's gonna be like a pretty big time dump. And you think, okay, well, I've done 100, but then I've got like essentially Not even like 4,000, because you could go past odds. There's no guarantee that you're getting like just 4,000 checks either. So you think, wow, this is a huge hunt. But I've still got the old event in my Scarlet version, so I'll probably update it to this one, and then just maybe carry on when the event ends periodically when I can. I think he hunted for the first time a few days, and then did the math and realized it's not possible to find in the time provided, so he crawled and shared it. Yeah, I mean that makes more sense to do it, especially when you want to share it, you know. Like I say, the bot crawling it's finding a legit den. It's just doing exactly what we're doing, just speeding up the process really. It just feels super cool to kind of hunt it and get it, not using any of those methods, but it is just, it's luck at the end of the day. But I mean, what shiny hunt isn't a little bit of luck as well? Pigeon Bug, how are we doing today? Hope you're well, having a great day, and thanks so much for hopping in and joining the stream. We're currently at the early steps of this hunt. New to this game, can someone pass me a Mew and Mewtwo? Jose. Small asks then. You also don't know which are 5 stars till you find them. Yeah, that's the problem as well, the time it takes to check, because you pretty much got to go around every raid den on the map and check all of them, and that is so time consuming, especially the ones that are like this, that are far away, and then come to it, it's like, okay, it's only a 3-star. Then we got this one over here, and you can guarantee this will be like a 4, another 3-star raid. As I was saying earlier on, I was like, at least if they just done this as like flat, everything is 5-star, that would make it so much easier. Because the amount of dens then you could check, you know, just make it so much simpler to do. Or they could have increased the shiny odds slightly, but then I'd feel bad for the people that had really grinded for this event already. Especially if you're coming into this one. I mean, like, if you'd found it in one of the previous 2 and you'd spent, you know, hundreds of hours hunting for it, and then they released this event and they're like, yeah, we just half the shiny odds, you'd feel super bad. So I feel like they might not do it for that reason as well. Kathleen, thank you so much for coming by the stream, and it was great seeing you today, and have a great rest of your evening. But I'll hopefully catch you on another one very soon. I'm planning on getting an event on both of my Scarlet and Violet games and leaving it on one to hunt. I think that's the best way to do it, because then you've got one game open to do the raid events, to do mystery gifts as well, because you're going to have like mystery gifts coming up. Like we'll have, you know, a guaranteed one that we're going to have soon is going to be one for NAIC, and it's going to be from Wolf's team. So it's probably a Pokemon mystery gift that you're going to want to pick up, especially if you're a Wolf fan, or if you're just a fan of competitive. It's going to be a really cool one to have from a UIC. So having that spare copy of the game available to pick those games, that definitely makes it a little bit easier. Thank you, Kathleen. I really appreciate the good luck. We 100% need as much of that good luck as we can get. Again, I'm like, is this lighter? I don't think it is. I keep needing to pull this GIF closer and be like, just compare the two. Although this one does seem a little bit, I hate doing this to myself. Can I get them kind of lined up? No, I can't. See, the thing is, to me, it seems like it's, I don't know. I'm just gonna battle this one. I'm just gonna battle. See, Bozza, I'm with you on this. I'm like, is it the shiny? I'm pretty convinced, like 99% of me is like, it's not the shiny. But there's like that tiny portion that I'm like, it could be. The no sparkles is so evil. Yeah, It really is. I'm gonna have to all out attack you just to guarantee this. Darkness Scythe, yeah. Imagine if it was. That'd be nuts if it was. Quantified find a shiny Growlithe. Hopefully that's the one with the jumbo mark. Yeah, it's just like, just put the shiny sparkles in just to be the indicator, you know? Just... I think we'll be able to tell as well when isn't still here for like a split second where you see it out of the... Yeah, I don't think this is shiny. I don't think it is, but we'll catch it anyway because I think you can see a bit better when it's not terastallized. It's pretty much the same shade, whereas I think if you do there, so it's a terastallization makes it even trickier to spot because it would be that shade of white, and that's definitely more gray, so it's not the shiny, but it's always worth checking. I think that's the thing. If you're in doubt, just grab it anyway. It's definitely silver. Yeah, but it definitely had the look like it could have been. I think it's just the crystals. The crystals throw it off completely, make it a little bit more tricky. Quantified. I'm at 4,760 checks for Regirock. No luck yet. Quantified, which game are you hunting it in? Hopefully you get it soon. It's a great shiny. It's a banger shiny. All the bit of Homo Mystic are going to be useful though. Definitely not white enough. I found a seriously big shiny Wiglet with the dawn mark. Named it Morningwood. The early riser. Zapkey. The trophy shiny Wiglet that you need. Yeah, there we go. No shiny. No surprise though. Definitely thought there was a part of me definitely felt like it could have been the shiny though. Pokemon Shield. Oh wow, okay. I thought you might have been in an older game. Not ideal. I feel like the Reggie hunts in Sword and Shield always seem to go like way over odds, way over. Like I never really hear too many people hunting any of the like Regieleki, Regidrago, or any of the other Reggies and get them under odds that often. It's really rare. I feel like the odd occasion someone's like, I got it in, you know, maybe 800-900 checks. It always seems to be the same with the Reggies. I wonder if there's something weird coded with them. It just makes them go on for longer. The shiny odds are, you know, secretly affected. I know that's not true. It's probably not true at all. There's probably been data mines to prove that it's just the same as everything else, but I'm trying to convince myself. I find it so weird that so many people I speak to that do these hunts never seem to get it under odds. I don't know if the charm does affect it. No, I don't think it does. Nearly at full odds for Virizion. I did it. 15,000 for Regidrago. Wow. That's crazy, isn't it? That is absolutely nuts. It's like... That is madness. Madness. 15,000. When the odds are like 1 in 4,000, you know? Starting a Reggie hunt soon. I mean, they're great shinies. I love all the Reggie shinies. They're so nice. I always feel like they would have been really cool Pokemon to add into these games. And like secret locations and caves and stuff. Like, you know, after the DLCs got added, they could have added the Reggies in somehow into these games. And I think it would have been really cool to be able to go and shiny hunt them. They would have probably been shiny locked though. But I always felt it would have been a cool thing to add in. Can't you only get shiny Gimmighoul in events? Well, yeah, this is the event, the Tera Raid event that you can, that's only time it's ever been available. This is the third time this event's ran though in game. So, but you can only legitimately get Gimmighoul from these events as it's shiny, and it's only from the 5-star raids. So the 3, the 4, depending on where you are in your playthrough, 1 and 2 star raids. They're all shiny locked. It's only the 5-star raids that have the ability to have the shiny Gimmighoul in them. Wow, Riley, you've got the Mirage Island in Sapphire. That's pretty nuts, dude. That is very cool. I remember when I first heard about Mirage Islands, I thought it was like one of those like just memes that was just not true, you know. You hear these stories about like how you can get like this like Mew 3 story, do all these like crazy things in game and it'll appear in a bush somewhere. I honestly thought the Mirage Islands were like, when I first heard about them, I'm like, nah, they don't. That's not true. They don't exist. But they do. They do exist. I've never had them in one of my copies of the game before. It's actually trying to find Rayquaza and couldn't believe how lucky I was. That's crazy. What are the odds of it actually appearing? Because it's only on a certain day, isn't it? And then you've only got a really small chance of it actually popping up. First thing I ever found in Pokemon was a orange shiny piggy pack with Pokerus and Sun. Wow, that's very cool. The Pokerus shiny. That is amazing, because you think of the odds, like stacking those together, that's crazy. Such a nice shiny as well. Surprised I haven't found like just a random shiny as we've been roaming around Paldea, to be honest. Rarest thing I found was Pokerus in my Emerald playthrough while I was EV training. That's a nice one. I feel so lucky. Like in our Soul Silver Hardcore Nuzlocke, Shiny Oni Hardcore Nuzlocke that we're doing on the channel, when I was hunting for the Heracross, we were headbutting trees. So we eventually got the Heracross, which is a really cool shiny in itself. But in the run up to getting the Heracross, I obtained Pokerus somehow from one of the encounters that we had from headbutting, which was really cool. So it made EV training in the game a lot easier. Screaming because it was so rare. Unfortunately, I already had Pokerus, and even though I still have it, I can't prove that it came with Pokerus and didn't just spread it to it. I would just say it had it, Vader. I think we can safely say it had it. I would say it had it. Yeah, I think the Heracross, I would like to say the same with the Heracross that we got in Soul Silver, but I think we had it before we got the shiny. I think there's only a few games that I got Pokerus in now. I think X and Y, I got it. That might have been Pearl. I definitely had it in Pearl. Then X and Y, and yeah, I think that's it, because then it was, no, we did have it in Sword and Shield, but I think I got it, someone traded me a Pokemon with it, so I think that's how I got it in Sword and Shield. I don't think I found it natively myself. Hope they rerun Mighty Eevee Sunday. It would make sense that they do. The 7-star Eevee event, it's the year of Eevee as well, so it's like there's no better time for them to do it. I think they'll rerun all of the 7-star Tera Raids. Like I keep thinking they'll get to the end cycle of these pseudo legendary raids, and that'll probably take us up to the release of ZA or just before then, and then they'll do one last event. They might do it to do, they do like special raid events and mass outbreak events over the summer, and they have done the last couple of years. They might, if they finished all the pseudo legendaries by August, they might do the ultimate Tera Raid event and just have it continuously running, where it's just randomly one of the 7-star raids that we've had in the past, and then you can just cycle through your day skips into, I mean, there's been quite a lot, so it would be a little bit annoying to get that exact one that you were looking for, but I think they may do something like that again. They kind of did a similar thing in Sword and Shield with all the Gigantamax raid Pokemon. The very end before, what was it? Was it BDSP dropped? I think they did that event, and it was like, it just cycled through all of that Gigantamax Pokemon that they'd done over the last few years, which is a pretty cool event, especially if you'd missed any of them. So it meant you could go back in and get those ones that you hadn't grabbed already. Because I think there's only a few that they've repeat so far. The Charizard's one of them, isn't it? How does one do such a thing as shiny hunting Gimmighoul? Well, you've got to first get the raid dens on your map, so that's the event. So basically you just need to update your game, go Poke Portal, mystery gifts, and then down into Poke Portal news, or you could just connect to the internet and it should update the dens on your map. And then you're looking for these ones with like a bit of a glowing aura around them. These are the event dens. Then you need to come to each one and look for the 5-star raids. All of the other raids from 1 to 4 that are in the event, they're all shiny luck, but the 5-star ones aren't. So then when you find it, you can come into it. And then you want to have your zoom function set up in your Switch so you can kind of zoom in. And basically this sprite GIF that we've got here, this is shiny Gimmighoul that we're looking for. So it's a much lighter, if you can see, like the buckle on the chest is basically dark gray. The Gimmighoul's a lot whiter, so that's what we're kind of looking out for in the raid itself when we come in here. And you can get a closer look at the Gimmighoul. It's difficult though, because the Tera crystals make it hard to see, but yeah, it's pretty obvious this one is not shiny, so it's gray. So we can just run from this, and then that's basically one check. And you have to go around each of the dens on your map, checking if it's a 5-star, go into it. If it's not, just move on to the next one. And then when you've checked everything on your map, all the dens, and if none of them are shiny, then you can respawn all the dens and then start the whole thing over again and hope that you get lucky, but the odds aren't the best. And I think that's everything. I think we've checked all of the dens on the map. So yeah, when you've done this, you can just use the date and time exploit, where you just come down to system settings, date and time, make sure you synchronize clock where the internet's off, just click through these options here and then come back into the game, and it ends respawn, as you can see, and then you can like just start again. So where's our first one in this run? Right on the edge of the desert. How's the search coming along? 30 encounters in, just finished my last client stop of the day, heading back home to the office, but might sit outside for a bit. Definitely worth doing that, mate. It's such a nice day. I don't know if it's the same up where you are. It's like 22. It doesn't sound hot compared to like where it is actually hot, but it was 22 here yesterday and it was like super warm. It was nice, and it feels like it's going to be the same again today. They should do like an event, either doing them as gifts or 7-star raids for the locked legendaries. That would be kind of cool. Shiny legendaries. I'd love the shiny legendaries to be available. Even like, I think they will do shiny Ride on and Maridon at some point. I don't know how they'll do the event. I kind of hope it's not just a mystery gift. It'd be kind of cool to see them do Tera Raid event for them, so you have to go in and beat them, and then you can catch them in whatever ball you want, right? I think they'll do them as a mystery gift though. They'll lock them in a cherish ball, which isn't a bad thing. I don't mind the cherish ball. I think we find out the hard way that we're dealing with the shiny Chen Pao. Only the lucky few have the code opened for them to allow to have the Gimmighoul. Yeah, this is so true, mate. It's pretty similar. Riley up to 58,000 resets for the shiny Chen Pao. Keep going, mate. You will get that luck sooner or later. It's not. It's not. I don't think it is. This is the tricky thing where it's like, is it? I don't think it is. We can beat it and find out. Anything you're looking forward to in the near future regarding Pokemon? It's a dream, and I think like Pokemon ZA is probably the big thing, which the only thing I feel like at the moment that I'm looking forward to, like outside of that competitive stuff. Bologna will be a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to playing there, and that's going to be in a new regulation as well. So yeah, but game wise, we don't really have much like on the horizon. I guess XD Colosseum for the Switch 2, they're going to be fun. But I feel at the moment like stuff that I'm looking forward to is non-Pokemon stuff, because I guess we've got the Switch 2, we got Mario Kart, the Donkey Kong game looks awesome, so that those games looking forward to a lot. How about yourself though? Is anything that's like jumping out at you that you're like, yes, I can't wait for those? This is where we need to take like extra attention. Nah, it's great. It's like there. Definitely not white. It's definitely, we don't need to catch it either. Shiny Chen Power, shiny locked it is indeed. But we don't tell Riley that. Rad dad. 22 up here, mate. Unheard of up north. That is definitely unheard of up north. And you know, like I speak to my parents and they're like, it's boiling up here today, and I'm like, is it really though? I think what you say is hot is like cold for me. I never believed them, so if I spoke to them today, then they said that, I'd be like, nah, they're lying. You've just solidified that they would be telling the truth. Jimerson, how are we doing? Just got in. Were you able to already get a shiny or not? Not yet, mate. No, not yet. And I think we've got a long road ahead of us before we get one. But we'll keep going. We'll keep trying. Got to stay positive. The odds of us getting one, I mean, we've only checked, like, what are we looking? Getting on for 3 hours now, and we've checked 31 dens so far, which is not great. But we've got a lot of time with this event running for the rest of the week, so you know. We might luck out though. That's the only thing that I can say is we could get super lucky. And just land on it early on, which would be the dream, because then I can just share it with everyone that wants it, and then the streams would be like, we'll just constantly cycle through sharing shiny Gimmighoul until the event ends, and that'll be awesome. Okay, 5-star, another chance. Let's see, is this the shiny? Shiny cat will be yours, Riley. One day, mate. One day. Oh man, there's a huge wasp coming in. Go away, wasp. I do not want you. It listened, it left. Sarah's next community day is going to be Pour Me. Wait, is that this weekend coming up? That's pretty cool. Get super lucky. We could get it before we turn to dust. That's true. That's true. Not shiny. Bits of dreaming at the moment. There's nothing special about Pokemon in the near future. Rarely take out my Switch at the moment. That's sad, mate. That's sad when there's not like an excuse to. I was just saying, it's like, it's nice. This event feels like it's give me a reason to like boot into Scarlet and Violet, which I don't feel like outside of like Terra's and the odd mass outbreak event that we get. I don't really ever feel like I've got much of a reason to do it, you know? I mean, competitive play, I would, but I don't really, when I'm going on like the ladder and stuff, I don't feel like I'm actually playing the games, I'm playing the ladder, so it's not really the same. Or I don't feel like it's the same. But as brutal as this hunt is, it might be a cool thing to jump in and do. You never know. Bozza, thank you so much for coming by the stream. Have a great rest of your day, and I will hopefully catch up with you on the next one. Right, let's see. Nothing here. Lumpy, good morning, mate. How are you doing today, my friend? Hope you're having a good start to your Wednesday. Let's chase down this 3-star den at the end of Paldea. Hopefully the warm weather continues. Need to try and acclimatize before my trip to Barcelona to see our good friend Professor Oak in June. That's going to be hype, mate. That is going to be very exciting. It's going to be hot in Barcelona in June as well. Scorchio. Professor Oak, yeah, into Barcelona today. I feel bad for Arsenal. I feel like they were robbed like early on. Saka definitely got fouled. Through on goal. They did get I know they complain, Arsenal fans complain about not getting decisions a lot of the time, but I do feel like that one was definitely bad officiating. Still one more leg to go though, so but yeah, I feel Barca should go through. This should beat Inter, I feel. Riley and Barcelona in October. Very exciting. Never actually been in Barcelona. I've been to Madrid a few times, but I've never been to Barcelona. Always would love to go. Today is Reg I Day, finally. It is officially. Is it officially today? Is it not tomorrow? It's not the first that we kick off. Lumpy Arsenal bottled it. Brutal. But probably quite true. Yeah. I mean, the next leg, I think, yeah. Mourinho got sent off as well, didn't he? Meant tomorrow, Reg I Day. Fumbled so hard. Is it the first tomorrow, or is it... I don't know if it... Is it the first, or is it... Yeah, it is. Tomorrow, yeah. Tomorrow, yeah. Johnny eager for Reg I to start. Personally, more of a winter person that I wish I could sit spring and summer out, honestly. I'm completely the opposite. I'm all for the spring and the summer. I'm just not... I don't feel like I'm built for the cold weather. I don't like it so much. And it's dark. I just like the sun shining and blue skies and just hot. Yet I will complain when it's like too hot. But I try not to. Party at Oak's house. It sounds fun. You guys are going to have a blast. It's going to be awesome. Wish I could join. Nah, that's not shiny. Johnny just got 4-0'd to get to Master Ball. Never wanted to win so bad in my life. Or just to play as little Reg G as I possibly could. Did we check that fire den? I'm pretty sure. Pretty sure we did. I'm gonna say we did. Oh, this is a massive distance. I have 4 shiny Growlithe. Hopefully one of them will be Jumbo. Oh, good luck, mate. When you check them, are you getting more, or are you just gonna do them as you go? But yeah, hopefully one of them is Jumbo. Imagine if you got a couple. That'd be wild. Jameson, probably leave, but in the past, may it end date, not end up. Yeah, myth. I thought it was like probably have to leave it past the May 8th date end date, but not update, so I can continue hunting for it in Gimmighoul. Have you got both Scarlet and Violet? If you've got like both copies of the game, then it's not so bad like leaving it in the game and like one of them. Although I guess it only matters if you're really worried about the pseudo legendary Pokemon raids. If you're not really too fussed about getting those, then it's kind of fine, isn't it? For a second when I came in and saw that group screen, I was like, oh my god, they found it while I had to step away. Could you imagine? That would be wild. Just come across it. It's the shiny. We've got it. I had that exact same kind of thing, like panic on... I don't think we checked this one. On Monday's stream with the Dratini. And I toggled and I thought I was hovering over the Dratini, but I was actually toggled on the Typhlosion, which is already shiny. And all I saw was the shiny sparkles. And I was like, for a minute, it's like, oh my god, we found it. And then soon realized I was like, it's just Typhlosion. And no, we haven't found the Dratini yet. Maybe some foreshadowing there, though, from us both. Yeah, for the mass outbreaks, the shiny odds are boosted. I think it's a standard like mass outbreak shiny boosted like 0.5% chance, so pretty good chance of just wandering up to the raid and finding the shiny, especially if you clear 60 of the Pokemon. I knew this was gonna happen. Pyro. They're like almost as annoying as a Taurus. Almost, not quite. Yeah, that makes sense. Draconified. Looking forward to it. My first time in Barcelona too. Me and the missus are staying outside of the city, but looking forward to venturing around generally. Seeing Imagine Dragons. Oh, I remember you saying, yeah, Imagine Dragons while you're there. That's epic. That's gonna be so cool, mate. No, I'm gonna say negatory on that shiny. I've got like Slam Dunk Festival in like a few weeks time. I think 3 weeks time. Slam Dunk Festival. I can't wait. It's like some like bands that I never thought I'd be able to see. Like the Ataris are playing, which is really cool. Finch are playing as well. The Used are playing. I've seen the Used before. So there's loads of like old school like pop punk and emo bands. It's basically the theme of the festival, which is like pretty cool. So I'm super hyped for that. I just hope the weather for that is like this. If it's a nice day, it's gonna be amazing. But it'll be fun regardless. Still can't tell the shiny from the non-shiny, I'll be honest. It's not the easiest, especially because the terrestrialization makes it even more difficult, right? Are there any major tournaments in the summer around Europe? VGC, I think the last one that we've got is I think the last weekend in May, which is Bologna for Europe, and then we've got nothing other than EYC, NAIC, which is a little while after that. Is that like June, July? No, in June. It will be June time, won't it? Yeah. And then nothing from there until Worlds. And then that'll be it for the season. So yeah, Europe's got Utrecht in a couple of weeks, Bologna a couple of weeks after that, and then it's all done. It's crazy to think like we've had pretty much another season in Europe already. You know, at the end of May, we're going to be done. It's kind of sad, but still, yeah, we've got 2 really cool events coming up with the new regulation, which is going to be super hype. Less Than Jake being there is making me jet. Oh yeah, Less Than Jake as well. I forget. There's so many cool bands that are there, Rich. mad. Just hoping there's not too many clashes on the day. I'll have to be like, okay, which one do I go and see? Which band do I decide to ditch? And the other one, do I go and watch? It's always going to be the hard thing. Jimerson, thanks so much for dropping by the stream, and I'll hopefully catch you on another one soon. Maybe if we don't get the shiny here, we'll come back, we'll grind it out even more. Get this shiny. Okay, 5-star. Here we go. And next, the 3 and 4-star raid dens, they're actually shiny locked. The only one that's got the standard rate to potentially be a shiny is the 5-star in this event, which makes it really annoying because you've got to check every single den because there's no way to see the 5-star easier from any of the other dens without just actually physically going and checking the den. But yeah, the 3 and 4, they're all shiny locked, which also makes this event even more difficult. Like, they should have just blanketed done 5-star raids, all done shiny, available in every single star rating. You know, I don't know why they did it like this, just to make it more difficult, I guess. But can never shiny hunt Gimmighoul. Too colorblind for that. What restricted duo have you been looking out for in Reg I? I really like Terapagos and Calyrex Shadow Rider. Really like that pairing. That's probably what I was saying earlier. It's probably what I probably put a little bit more time into earlier on in the format. But there's, you know, I think Koraidon, Lunala. We were talking about Koraidon and Calyrex Shadow Rider earlier as well, but I do like Koraidon, Lunala as a pairing. I'm not really too sold on the Kyogre Zacian combination. I know a lot of people really like it. I know Ben had I was talking to Ben weeks and weeks ago, and Ben had a lot of success with it and was really like championing it. But I'm not, I don't know, I don't see it. I'm not a huge fan of Zacian in this format, to be honest. But we'll have to see. So, I don't know. The local retro store did something evil. You can add games to their system that you want, and it will text me immediately after they scan it in. Which means I pick up a copy of Pokemon Gold while I was dropping off my controller for drift stick replacement. Oh wow. Well, I mean, it's a good pickup. I hope we didn't have to pay like an absolute fortune for it. That was the weirdest thing. Delivery guy. I got my window open, so he was only being friendly, but he's like popped his head in the window. Look at him like, I'm just gonna carry on. This is weird. It's not like he's even a regular delivery guy either. That was one. I feel a bit bad for ignoring him, but also like, I don't know. If I was the delivery guy, I don't know. Would you pop your head in someone's random window that was open? Probably not. It's fine. It's fine. I was wondering if Palkia Dialga with Gravity would be good for Groudon. Potentially, like Trick Room as well. That's a nice thing about Palkia and Dialga. They do get Trick Room, so they're good setters of that. I wonder if you could use like the Origin form to do it. Take advantage of the sun as well. I saw wild. There was an absolutely wild Japanese. It was more of a ladder team, but it was Origin form Palkia, and it was Terrafire, and I think what they have with Sunny Day. I think they had Whimsicott with Sunny Day on there as well. It did really well on the ladder on one of the online tournaments. I can't remember where it finished, but yeah, it's amazing. So yeah, I like the idea of it. In Gravity with Groudon, it's like a requirement. It feels like so much like dedicated setup for the Groudon, right? Like to get it into those positions. Trick Room, then Gravity. But you could play it. I guess you could play with like, you could play Sableye, go Gravity, Keyblade stuff. I really like Groudon. I tried it in Reg I. I just could never really get that consistency with it that you were kind of looking for, you know. Fish, thanks so much for the sub. Wasn't too pricey, grabbed it. And Fire Emblem 3DS, nice. 89, that's a bargain, Nigel. That's amazing. Stig, sorry. It's like when you make eye contact with someone waiting in the bathroom. Just come out. Don't look at me, dude. Just go about your business. Yeah, exactly like that. It felt like I was on the spot there, though, so I didn't know how to react. Nah, that ain't a shiny. Johnny, thanks for swinging by the stream, mate. Really appreciate it. Great to see you as always. I'll be excited for Reg G starting for you tomorrow, mate. Just one more day, one more sleep is all you need. Have a great rest of your day, mate, and I'll hopefully catch it with you soonish. What is that song called? That song was I'll have to just skip back a minute. I think it's a Frostlands. Going to Glitch X City, their YouTube. I think they'll probably have it on their SoundCloud as well. The Frostlands, though. Octopath. That's what it's called, this one. Yeah, I think so. Check this one first, then we'll go for that dark one after that. Need to go back to shiny hunting in this game. This is my first Pokemon game. The Uncommon Storm. That's cool. I think it's a really, I still need to come back and do the shiny Living Dex in Scarlet and Violet that I want to do. But I love these games. I haven't really felt the need to like come back in to do much shiny hunting in them recently. But it's kind of nice to have the pull back into it though. What would your first target be if you came back in? And especially now you've got like the mass outbreak events as well. It's like they're easy shinies to get. So especially if you are doing like a Living Dex, the mass outbreaks are definitely worth taking advantage of. Just because of the increased shiny odds that you've got. And especially if any of the outbreak Pokemon are ones that you want with like marks or anything. It makes it easier getting them with the shinies. Not guaranteed, of course, but definitely makes the shiny hunts a lot easier for those specifics. Got 3 Switch 2 pre-orders in. Oh wow. Ali Cat, thank you so much for the 1-month membership. Good luck finding the shiny, Ali. Thank you so much for the support, and welcome to Squirtle Squad HQ. Hope you enjoy your time being a member. We will have some members only content later this week. It'll probably be I haven't locked in a date for the Deoxys giveaway stuff, but we'll be doing that at some point this week, so keep an eye out for that. And there are a few Mews as well from, I think they're like the remaining Mews that I had left over from the 8F Underflow glitch, so we'll be doing those giveaways as well. So like I say, thank you so much for the support, Ali. Pokemon video games aren't as exciting to me anymore because I played so much, and now I'm starting to collect one TCG cards. Yeah, I can kind of relate to that a lot in the way, like I feel like recently I've taken more of a dive into the cards again. Like I said, I was talking earlier, I got really put off around celebrations. It kind of, the scalping situation was like the final straw for me, where I was like, okay, I'm not, and I just came out the hobby for a long time, but I was recently sorting through a lot of my older graded stuff and just like singles that I've got, and I just was like, I should really get rid of some of these just to make space for stuff and things that I'm not got like an attachment to. And in turn, it's kind of made me like start to get a little bit more involved again, which is nice because there's so many like cards out there as well that I would love to pick up. It's cool. And it kind of paves the way, especially when, like you say, we've got no new Pokemon games out at the minute and everything feels a little bit like for Pokemon, I've been mainly just gone back into older games a lot more recently, which has been a lot of fun, and doing stuff that I've probably missed out doing like the first time around in some more recent games and stuff. So yeah, is the Soul Link stream still planned for tomorrow? Yes, Rich, it will be. Yeah, so me and Charlie be tomorrow, and I will make sure that it will be 100% on time. I'm going to reiterate that. If we say 8 o'clock, we are starting at 8 o'clock. It is not going to be past 1 second past that. So yeah, it should be good. Should be good. You're going to be playing some TCG Lee. The format is vastly different right now. I never really got into TCG competitively. Like, I really like TCG Pocket, but I feel like that's like so different. It's not really the same, right? It's like TCG Lite, but yeah, I don't know if I probably like TCG competitively. I just feel like it's a massive investment to get into it, and it's a huge learning curve as well. And I think when I compare that, I'd always probably prefer to put that time into VG if I was to choose anything competitively. So, and I think that's everything checked on my map. I think that is everything there. 38. Okay. Did I check this? Pretty sure I did, but we will head over to it just to check anyway. Used to be into Magic Gathering when it was much generous than it is right now, and already drove me away from TCGs. And as a teenager, I felt like it was too much money, a money pit. I dig the art though. I always feel like the competitive scene, like you know, if you're playing like at a higher level, the amount of money it takes to kind of get the cards that you need, especially if those cards are like really sought after chase cards from a set and they're good competitively as well. It must be a nightmare to get for a deck, you know. I don't know if we did check this, did we? I'm not sure. I don't think we did. I don't know if we did or not. We'll check it anyway. Finally grinded up a Gyarados for it to know Hydro Pump and Dragon Dance. Time to breed for some Bagons. Nice, Matt. Awesome. I traded some cards for my brother's Alolan Ninetales VMAX. I think it is. And it's full art. So beautiful. Yeah, those cards are super nice. Can't believe Sajan has qualified for Pokemon Go World Championships this year. I know, it's nuts. It doesn't surprise me either. Every time I see it, it's like a different game, and Sajan's like, oh yeah, I just casually rocked up here, and yeah, now I'm qualified for Worlds. That's not shiny, is it? Sajan is the GOAT though. Right, friends, I think what we'll do, wrap it up there for today. We've checked a bunch, not many. If I can, I know tomorrow's a bit of an awkward day for streaming, but if I can stream tomorrow, there might be a possibility I can stream tomorrow morning. So if I can, I will. If not, we'll be back Friday and we'll continue this, and we'll go for a lot longer than we've been today. And we'll, if I can do any resets off stream, I will try and get them done. But it's been awesome. Thanks so much for coming by the stream. If you are rewatching or before you go, do drop a like on the stream. It does really help out. This will be my second and only time I'm asking for a like. But if you can, on your way out, just swing a like down there. It really does help out. But thank you so much for coming by the stream today, hanging out. It's been awesome. And I think this just solidifies what a grind this Gimmighoul is going to be. But it's going to be a fun one to get if we do, and hopefully we do get it. So we'll keep going for it. We've got a bunch of time left on this event. This is day one of it, so we will have another crack at it either tomorrow or definitely 100% Friday. So yes, take care of yourselves, friends, though. Have a great rest of your day, whatever you're up to, and I'll see you all hopefully on the next one when we pick this hunt up for the shiny Gimmighoul in game. And if you're hunting it yourself or doing the mass outbreaks, good luck with the hunts on your end. If you do get lucky, let me know in the comment of this video, or just any way you can, Discord or anything like that. So take it easy, friends. Have a great one, and thank you again. Take it easy. Bye bye.